Dubako. Live on OK 101.7 FM na no pay Ade Akye Abia we na empuntuo ene nkanko. Wo mani ye die nsem bebre gu prono so wasenka. Enya daje ne bre na ye kan ye paninu egu bre. Nanso sade yi ye musuo, sade yi a ye achiwade yi. Oh akwa yese krama jejefo. Ana krama bone wudi na chia ho kusifunu ena obetune ho ona ne kwa hayo a odi full speed as akroma wo beti akokoba boy punch break e wo dotto bi mu no biebie ni hwinum se himbu no odi hwiahwia wo beka za jama kusie bi ana krante bi se ho obesa se tutu a se dia wo tu banche abo Obebe no a obekwa akobo na mama yi de wo no na yekusie bi a wo wukura be 3 days and 4 days a wapro krama bone sana LGBTQ plus aye na watwi wa mayeja empuntuo ene nkanko ne yedie ho nsem a ke betumi aka nyina ho ana yakan no nko a it took center stage of the various political discourse a course na watwi ye wo TV so any radio so opa mebo a me bisa wo political show ben ena na watwi wodi wa fidie ne to wo se wuti a want to say LGBTQ plus ye kan ho asem ye kan ya besi ye nra enne kura ye beka adefun say bari ye bebon komo still afa ho na yehu bebi ye bekwa akosi. Now LGBTQ plus bakope ehun questions bebre say we by way of introduction to member na ya baba behwe ye wurem na ya promise mo say beginning the show before ya bedwafo kura betina se no we will engage you na ensema fiti adwoada no besi enra fiada yi ya kan ye wo oman mu a etwa wasum ni a wunya yanka obekere wadwene wo ho so bebia na wutie ne bra mmem titiru e wo OKFM oh ye boba no ho ba ye hyem bo se ye bebia ho na tum na even before the panelists take their seat ye ne se be engage you ye behwe se ahoma na totomu a then we will engage you. But just before that, my area 1 or 2 be na yemfanse dwumedie yi ase mama wakwaba obuoni ni die kwanso so wadwan ne yin oh your social media platforms ni na so a bomodin na share the link yemfan komo hye so e
OKFM 101.7
1 2 1
Inspecting the Big Push programs. I've been very pleased to see young engineers who have come out of our various institutions, who are the site engineers at the site where the Big Push is taking place. And many of them, all of the sites have gone to inspecting the Big Push programs. I've been very pleased to see young engineers who have come out of our various institutions, who are the site engineers at the site where the Big Push is taking place. And many of them, young women engineers. You go and she's in a helmet and they say, this is a site engineer. I feel very proud when I see that. Carpenters, steel benders, everybody gets work when the construction industry is working. Food vendors who go to the site and sell a little wache and banku and kinke also make something to go home with. Car dealers, when the contractors get paid, they go and buy a Land Cruiser for themselves. Car dealers also benefit. And even the spouses, the wives, and the side chicks also benefit. Because when they are paid and they get something, they give their wives and side chicks, you know, some of the money. And that's an important avenue because you know where that one too goes. When the spouses and the side chicks too get, hairdressers get, dressmakers get, jewelry shops get, handbag sellers get. So don't discount that one at all.
Okay, FM 101.7.
Signed the bill. He was the only MPP member of parliament who signed the bill under President Akufo-Addo. At the time, he was deputy minister, and I have credited him every single step of the way for being bold. However, when the bill was placed before President Mahama, President Nana-Addo in February, he didn't call on President Nana-Addo to sign. And I understood the challenge and the difficulty he had. He should not bring us into politics. And I had a conversation with him 2 nights ago, and we've agreed there needs to be a dial down in the politicization. I said to him, I listened to his press conference, and I asked him, you said President Mahama should sign the bill. You are a sponsor with me of this current bill. You know that the bill is before the committee. So when you do a press conference and say President Mahama should sign, what should he sign? There is no need for us to politicize this matter. And so, not just to my brother and team Fojo, but to all the signatories who have come on board now from the MPP, they are welcome. This is a collective fight. LGBTQ does not know NDC, MPP, CPP. You only know the innocence of our children. Let's not play politics with this. Let us fight this fight.
When 83, no, but come me catch them. What you say? And next, the country now go for the time 5 cities, and next for 50. Come on for 50 would you go? What you say? What die as and yes, and what die as this or discuss what here.
I indicated that I would reintroduce the bill as a private member's bill. So when people say that I have changed my position, I've actually stuck to my word. I said I was going to reintroduce the bill, and I did. I reintroduced the bill in August last year in Parliament with a number of my colleagues. The Parliament of Ghana is going through the process. In 2 weeks, the Committee on Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs is going to be meeting on the bill, a 2-day meeting on the bill. So there is work going on. I hear people who say he promised that President Mahama will know no peace if he doesn't sign the bill. Yes. If President Mahama gets the bill and he doesn't and chooses not to sign it, we will agitate like we did in the past. Because as far as I'm concerned, Ghanaian family values...
When 83, no, but come me catch them. What you say? And next, the country now go for the time 5 cities, and next for 50. Come on for 50 would you go? What you say? What die as and yes, and what die as this or discuss what here. Go back. When for 25, 30 cities, I would be a not balance that because my many ingredients to be a free more. Who may not say, I know that. But full complete set in India. It's a 30 from the
madam. If you want to or record the nano, yes, I take you. The end voice. And woman, yeah, Nipacor,
on sign when you're about to walk.
OKFM 101.7.
Come on, Yanin Yadin, and in Yadin China, on chain sign when you're about to walk. The Aquatuaka president, when you were Yadikirano, and then yet a Felijan, a Dikira way, the whole way that they cannot. But they are Google never was the country also. Aqua Japan, from Japan, Aqua Kenya, from Kenya, Aqua UK. One more rejecting Yanwa, Yan talk ada. So what you say? Come, Munubian, where you to the so what's what banded the one banded to 1 man the sprinter your container. Sprinter are your container, Obroni Brand, yes, and you painted them. It is a way to me and bandit sprinter, yeah. When you Obronia, you put Timothy to one that. When you have another haircut. Kaya away. Obronia, you sit, yeah. Comfortable.
OKFM.
That's a one person, a question of benches, so dear. You have also left free stuffing chairs or quarter benches when you're stuffing chair, papa, and you. When Obronia declare, I certify, say, for a nipa, and yet sprinter. Send your bus a seat woman. Send away to sit woman. It is what me must sprinter, Jumadia, and a voxy, a bear Juma.
Coupon and pay a Messraman say, oh, madam. Ah, hey, oh, madam. One in a ma or record in an annum. Yes, I take you. The end voice. And we may
and 50 million. Ghana cedis 500 billion and they are not on plan monte what the bill insurance and what the bill so treasury bills and they are not on plan monte it's any almost on cockanje would to be said on the car and your fat and your woman you to me a mope just yes answer woman near to me near to me we are obi any sika de akwa to bank kura maka say ya fa just 15 years. Eno de amada ku se nye TV na emom kokoo no ba bia de koro no yate so entimo so ye ba bete so de amamo ende de TV ende ye koro no sem ba de obi anya ni sika de ato ba bi o se me usika nsem de be ma wo ene ho mfa so age se 15 years ende de enye koro no because wo mu bu nipa se nipa na dwene mu ha enti wo mu kwa na wo mama wo mu electoral area coordinator no aka kiro so ene party for ze ye ba ha wo mbenya wo mu engofo na no de wo mu ye wo so baba ko no hye ba omi ata de afa de wayi wo mo eba be ye no wo kata so.
OKFM 101.7.
So the pilot also has done well for us that say you use the front to fill. Yeah, assuming you do not use the phone to fill, it will appear on the children in the class. The brain will rush to will bend the children in the class. So I was told that the thing happened in between the two classrooms. So the teachers will rush to where the classrooms near where the incidents happened. So the teachers and the parents, some of the parents, they carry the children to the other classroom. So none of the children doesn't involve. So you want to come and turn here to the park. Then the time that you reach here, the angel is then. I don't know the type of the it's a copter. I don't know the
50 million Ghana cedis 500 billion and they are not on plan monte what the bill insurance and what the bill so treasury bills and they are not on plan monte it's any almost on cockanje would to be said on the car. And your fat and your ma woman ye to me a mope just yes answer woman near to me near to me we are obi anya ni sika de akwa to bank kura no maka say ya fa just 15 years eno de amada ku se nye TV na emom kokoo no ba bia de koro no yate so entimo so ye ba bete so de amamo ende de TV ende ye koro no sem ba de obi anya ni sika de ato ba bi o se me usika nsem de be ma wo ene ho mfa so age se 15 years ende de enye koro no because wo mu bu nipa se nipa na dwene mu ha eto wo mu kwa na wo mama wo mo electoral area coordinator no aka kirom so and the party for ze ba ha wo mbenya wo mo engofo na no wo mo ye wo so baba ko ye ka ho asem koko no ahu sika ne bi e na akwa di wu ntimi no ye 50 million Ghana cedis 500 billion and they are not on plan monte.
OKFM 101.7. OKFM 101.7.
Signed the bill. He was the only MPP member of parliament who signed the bill under President Akufo at the time he was deputy minister, and I have credited him every single step of the way for being bold. However, when the bill was placed before President Mahama and President Anado in February, he didn't call on President Anado to sign, and I understood the challenge and the difficulty he had. He should not bring us into politics. And I had a conversation with him 2 nights ago, and we've agreed there needs to be a dial down in the politicization. I said to him, Tim Fojo signed the bill. He was the only MPP member of parliament who signed the bill under President Akufo at the time he was deputy minister, and I have credited him every single step of the way for being bold. However, when the bill was placed before President Mahama and President Anado in February, he didn't call on President Anado to sign, and I understood the challenge and the difficulty he had. He should not bring us into politics. And I had a conversation with him 2 nights ago, and we've agreed there needs to be a dial down in the politicization. I said to him, I listened to his press conference, and I asked him, Tim Fojo signed the bill. He was the only...
OKFM 101.7. OKFM 101.7.
To Obama MPP the over 2 million people who Abama are not because of this. Who the people do to Abama MPP? The over 2 million people who SIT aside from MPP or man to Abama, who didn't say because of LGBT issues, the way they were accused of trying to protect it, how MBC presented it. People believe it.
Did you also believe it?
Yes, I believed. What your mama said, I believe.
So for your beliefs, several of the sites I've gone to inspecting the Big Push programs, I've been very pleased to see young engineers who have come out of our various institutions, who are the site engineers at the site where the Big Push is taking place. And many of them, young women engineers, you go and she's in a helmet and they say, this is a site engineer. I feel very proud when I see that. Carpenters, steel benders, everybody gets work when the construction industry is working. Food vendors who go to the site and sell a little wache and banku and kinke also make something to go home with. Car dealers, when the contractors get paid, they go and buy a Land Cruiser for themselves. Car dealers also benefit. And even the spouses, the wives, and the side chicks also benefit. Because when they are paid and they get something, they give their wives and side chicks, some of the money. And that's an important avenue because you know where that one too goes. When the spouses and the side chicks too get, hairdressers get, dressmakers get, jewelry shops get, handbag sellers get. So don't discount that one at all.
All right, Abusanfo non-stop about Powers Media Samian, 33 minutes into 7, live on OK 101.7 FM. This is Ade Akye Abia weekend edition. Afin wa journey ya Mwakwaba. Streaming live on your social media platforms ni so. Join us this morning. Emra yede enkomo esise suyi. Na ya keje gum na yawe ensemu a abanibi. Okay, so on Facebook, I join you live on Facebook all the way from Switzerland. I say, please, good morning, our very own act prophet or Hinana Kwamiamu. Thank you very much for joining. Pacho, joining and not wash na yem. Now, last week was Easter. Na programs be and of course so Easter Breno. Yeah, programs P. Bako Aya Kwa Business Forum. And no, under the auspices of Abanya Esiswe, but Chief of Staff, Yura Julius Debra in particular, and the architect. The main nucleus around which Kwa Business Forum evolves. Reason why man penny crab born abaso say enei ye Kwa Easter now among the merrymaking and the pageantry enije ni ehrusie ni awsepe ni na achi ye de adwadie ene enyuma nkomo bonzo so ewuremu a aseda bi wa ye mfama yewura Julius Debra sanse na anu bi a wonne no nam campaign kwan so and a chief of staff sending the Nyansa Possum ransom do. Edisa adwene ba yese. In the midst of merrymaking and pageantry, no. You bet me educate and crofo say Easter na wie ye. Wo kwa was say wunya adwuma na wunya bia was say wunya nimdie bi say me kwayi adwuma. Se adwuma nso na wo ye nso na se entumi nyini entumpon enye kese a e wo se ye maw nimdie enti waba baji wani wadi ahurisi ase kusi a wo furusie asepa wo ho awie no wo kɔ no na wo de de ekoboa ma wasetena mu nsem ayeye. So come next Easter obeba no pabne so. Enti Yewra Julius Debra Chief of Staff. Who are we not to also appreciate and show gratitude to you for such massive venture, whilst the first gentleman of the land, His Excellency, has showered bunch of appreciation and gratitude and compliment on you. So mampenia kan ne wabokwa na to yesu etumi kabi. Money yo papa. Then Yabadu, welcome. Also, good morning, Bra Kwame. Live from Chief of Press. God bless you for your hard work. Thank you, Ofaya. Now, Gomwa Easter Carnival so ebaso. And also so nipa oboke sira neso no ana nesi ni metri so. Eye emrase bedwani a owo Gomwa mamehwe wofa A+ ne constituency na ana eye kakra aya na family so kakra awusa na nkomo ho na ye me ya pa se still ye ntumi nya kwan ma ye mie phone lines ni ntum but ye be ye de betua ye bia na next week de ye bia tum enti se wo hwe a honorable Kwame Asare Oben an intan din eye A+ Gomwa Central constituency MP no. Nadaroma for the first time in history and how many years ye di Easter ewo Gomwa na eba Gomwa dia eye babeka se eye me constituency. Yes, eye me constituency. Yes, baby me wono eni Gomwa Central but ni na ye Gomwa your mind. My late father free Gomwa Odumase. And this a free Accra na walk Cape Coast. The last 2 Gomwa towns. Mamenka say Nkra enina otrape na oni Gomwa atonkwanta pai na walk ekumfi isi esa ache ho no. Eye Gomwa Odumase enu Gomwa Antade. Na Gomwa Odumase ni Gomwa Antade de as a twin city. As a secondary takrade ebom Gomwa Odumase ni Gomwa Antade de ebom say ebom. As a second ni alaju ebom. And only the last 2 towns are a walk Gomwa. That is when you are heading towards Cape Coast from Accra. And as a free Cape Coast and also Accra. And the first 2 Gomwa towns, a bed were coming. Eura Gomwa Mamu. Enti Gomwa Odumase no Gomwa Antade. So we free Accra Cape Coast. And na ebema obaba ye ja okwan. O say aya na ye was signboard bi kura this mie bia. Boys you are living a beer. Tesano. That is baby a Tesano Shiano could do. So Gomwa Odumase de and Gomwa Antade de. Me base. And anything Gomwa me support. So honorable A+. Yabu abasopa wama Gomwa ye de. Easter yi. They say kwa ufo nyina yi o na Easter no obi eye bi na Asante region so Asante regional minister ekeka no ho ewo ho na so loku so carnival bi so be fam chese afi Easter ne de say na yo memi nko Dubai da but madam fu bi a wako Dubai bo mama ne say the ama Dubai e develop ne say MPB o da memfa na say MPB ekọ ne constituency bi eye na damfo bi constituency na okohu ade bi na damfo na ye wo ho a na efa oba no ababa be bi enti no we healthy competition That is how omudi develop it. Yeah, they ombe kwa nkrom nkai. Scan crowd be mo mukra so munko bi kra nso zoom baby be kwa kra. Enti me bo honorable A+ abaso pa na me bo Ezimensia South MP.
Okay, FM.
Ono nso so loku na wode baaye no. Although exercise bi ebe mu de ye danya se efia bia ye se mensem wom. Ti ye danya nkrofo bi befa bronya nwawe crackers, it's no problem. Ye hwe na dia anko yie no yensiesie. There ye say ye nya kwawu. Se ye nya Ashanti region dia na the Ashanti regional minister spearhead ye no. Alongside so loku eno so bam. Ye nya Gomua Easter Carnival. Amejidi ye say honorable A+ when nya 9-day wonder me sure say many more are to come. In addition to we, but me sure say Easter be answer so Gomua Easter Carnival no ebeba so. And today imagine say regions ni na ana tribes ni na obia ye bibi say to gather ne manfo ewo festivity brebi say mu a. Look at the socialization the bond that you betumi establish. Obi kura wo a wonko nukuro mu da. Nukuro mu kura no nim metropolitan esase na municipal esem. Obi wo wa nukuro mu wateka mu kotwa mu kura wontumi hu se nukuro mu ni. Oh, ye introduce sandema we na no ebeboa. Ebe foster unity so togetherness na ebetumi achieve. Anyway, away from the Kwawu Easter, any programs I would do a buy. Now the big push as I'm say, Mampeni di okan yen my voice na be twice also. And oh here Mampeni or your good communicator as I'm not to me bringing it down. Pa ma to me say yes. And you okan yes wa. Yeden contractor big pushy. Nyame be ya duma ma wonye bi
101
na yetua ne ka yedan ya baakofo obedi zan ayese wosono baakofo no kum sono so dodo na enjoy tie beba obi abenya bi so mana ze wo fa bi ya contractor na sa nyame ya dum na wonya contract bi wo book big push mu na yetua ne ka so nyetse so de hedan ya obema no kakra so o ma no kakra nso so bia nso so wo giski ana alomu bi ana wo komchiwa bi si manjola bi hedan ya kakra be kwa akose ne pesi mu ko so oba do be sa na de chian so hwe ne sa entuwe na ye ka no kra uba nso so benya bi o ko so ba na wo ko be fa uba ansana ena ko ye Saturday obeka so beye ni ti di akwa asori wo chena so won bo ko dia so enti ade ne de etre Ade Akye Abia weekend edition eso na wowe now ansa na meba LGBTQ+ asem no so na yani abedwafo ahye yenkomo bo asa no pe no ene de bokrata na eba ye no ensem ede nam bi owe delegate de bokrata na nim ho a ebusa awreho se na watwi yabo amane se yeji ewo Pru East mansin ewo Bono East mantemu subonto bi ekwa kabutu wo nsuo so ewo yeji nsuo no so meko wiase nipa bi enamo hye wo mukofiri kwamu wewu atwana nanom wonse do ena akoya memene da migidi yese bi kura sundada because say ye obi we keeping ama Ade Akye we mo ye barrier service delegate boy awra wo sem amane yese yaji ato ranchem na esi ye wo voter lake ne so no for now empanifo ko yan hwehwemu no mbetumi aka ne pen se enipa wo mafiri mu ye baako enkron 9 na 9 ni mu no de mane ya awra wo ne se emma wafo baako miensa ena ka 9 no ho ana emma wafo miensa no ya ka wo ma wo ma wo mo bomu a wo ye num and 3 wives 5 children wamoka 9 na wo mawu no ho na awrawosam number 2 a wo mu ne se ema wafo miensa ene wo ma 5 ni na no wo mu na wo mu kunu baako wo mo papa baako enti enkura 5 no eye eja baako ma ena ema wafo miensa no so eye bema baako eyirenom enti ye ka sei bema baako ne yirenom miensa ne manum eka wo mo voter league akwanhia no wo ma hwere wo mo nkwa no ho a delegate demokrata no dia ba eya awrawosam na down below how delegate demokrata krata fa tosom miensa the minority in parliament edom kuma wom na se bedwefie ena eba amane se na no putupurusia mu na mampeni John Dramani mama free France eba ye one ne cabinet minister sisia ye eye no de free mu ba ye no minority for say wo mo gina wa tu ya wo mo gina wa tu ene say o say akwa ya setro ma setro mienu amani hane Iran and America ni Israel ntokwa yi ama fuel ho aka enti ebo na kosoro kakra cabinet ene mampeni mu no wo mu so adwen se funtum wa kwasa matatwene de nanso so eto bi ada fuel a yeto wo fuel stations no so no sa eto no yenyi ya yenyi se de ebeya se wuto fuel a eja ebo no beba fom na sanya me ya adom na se Donald Trump ne Benjamin Netanyahu ani Iran fuyi etie amansan su frɛ na wo mu giant tokwa no na amansan dwomfu ebo no eso se high sense product then probably we can revisit sa eto taxes no a eda fuel no so but for now because of the economy mampeni se fuel taxes no wakati efri so se de be ya fuel ebo no beba fom yense ni money yo fanti for beka mami we so ayem de pass ya remande no Vivian Anto we din nyambran sem papa na watchi mu amane ne ba se ne ba ya a we di 9 years wo se akwada na pie na opie ye no wakoche na akwada pie na so wakoche a na wo be twena so a ochiame kofi ne ochiame kwa menum bia omoboye wo be twema so aba ni twam 30 we kura de me se minim ne fare bai bisuba ma hanta mejayi so hu enti aba ni na nka aba ni wo topel akwada na yes de anya aba na ode hwe no 31-year-old lady apaso no ndo okofa ye ema akwada ne nanso ano ne nan tabuno no ne nanso ano enu otwa mfinfin die no wotwa o we hwe se weli yadna kwa court ewo bodi circuit court ewo Western North region ama ya remand no na mpenifo se remand na ya remand no ne se yenko hwe na dwunim se na dwunim da opa na odi sanse nhunu no dia eni oba baba beto judge eni court abedwafo so that's a little update on sa any. All right, so I can't see madu na watch yabo. Minim so nim dada say exactly 8. We shall be crossing over to the studio B for yani abedwafo enkonwasie na ensemeda bamaso na yabo ho nkomo se de se na efata kama pa na still on the front page of the Daily Guide and na me da no pay Catholic bishops wa mama mampeni John Dramani Mahama reply e wona asem na wo kan ye no asem be na mampeni kan ye utie OKFM Peace FM Share UTV any Nit FM ya bo ho nkoma mampeni ene CSOs ehia ye ɛna wɔn mu bisa no about LGBTQ plus sɛ akosi sɛn ɛna mampani yi ano sɛ mprempren paa deɛ nneɛma a ɛyɛ adehia ɛne asɛmhia ɛda no pono so sɛ mampani a wɔne n'aba mu mpanimfoɔ dwendwene ho no ɔkapa sɛ LGBTQ plus ne ka ho a na ɔboa ɛnyɛ priorities as we speak because nneɛma bebree ɛda hɔ nneɛma bebree wɔ hɔ ɛwɔ sɛ ɛwɔ ma no dwendwene ho na yɛtumi piama di yɛdie ba ɛho nkɔmɔ no ansa nam de bɛba ba bɛsi ɛnɛ Catholic Bishops Conference for dia wɔn de abɛyi nkɔmɔ pii ɛna na wɔtwe titru so tie OKFM a Kwame Nkrumah tikɛseɛ ɛbɔyɛ ebi ɔne Honorable John Ntimfodwo mrese bedwani bɔ ho nkɔmɔ papa ɛma Honorable Reverend John Ntimfodwo de ɔse ɛbɛyɛ paa sɛ mampani bɛba bɛpa Ghana fo kyɛw then Sam Jata George ningo pram MP so wagye ne ho mena ɛnɛ na wɔtwi de na ɔne na ayɛ bɔfo ane nam ho apa so Sam George daily graphic o dani mu tuze bia fa ne kon pa ne tiri ho pa o Sam Jata George all because of ensembia social media doesn't forget nam social media so about the comment how make even ba ku bi o kan yakura say His Excellency John Dramani Mahama then no mo ye campaign proud to 2024 election no say o wini no be mampani a ono an individual Sam George na ka say yo obebo mampani to ja rough asoja de egu ne chem na o mani nya asumdue da o mana so nkwa didi obetete no akopem se obesan na no na 1 year 4 months in government krofo hu ye ehu so it was a communication ministry in the Niabre oni DSTV before the pem so na so ayesh na krofo say ka bibia nkwankwate bayira hu mamu anka me sure Sam George in kan krofo be so pana say mampani de yakoka ye na akoka beka no jawadwa and then Catholic Bishop Conference and so dia bebom I say delegate say na delegate put you no nations don't live by bread alone as ma paraphrase dia agenkwa Christ ka kire Satan emra o wie 40 days fasting no a buronsam ko so no hweye no say onnane ebo na eda ho no tea bread agenkwa Christ ka kire ne say no enye pan no nko na nipa bedi enya nkwa Catholic Bishop Conference a paraphrase agenkwa Christ asem na wo kan ye no we de wo mo nka kire Satan ne mo mo ka kire president say wo say Yesu de ndo ka kire Satan but Catholic Bishop Conference de ndo mo ka kire His Excellency say nations don't live by bread alone enye abodo nko na aman edi enya nkwa we ye obuba mesometibo na minimu adase mampeni tibe yase a mampeni de obetibe yase cause mampeni otumi katwi papa and on the front page of the Daily Guide this morning LGBTQ plus bill nations don't live by bread alone Catholic bishops to Mahama sana Daily Guide the bokrata na de ba enano pay na this week I think on Wednesday Minister for Local Government, Cultural and Religious Affairs, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, Banda MP. Nanka me pe voice no crabo. On Ade Akye Abia on Wednesday, ono Kwame Nkrumah tikese bo nkomo. O raise questions bi. Na questions no raise ye no. Ade na busia no pe me ne wo bo ho nkomo me pa cho se wo hwe yen live on Facebook. Any social media platforms ni na so a. Wadaruma me pa cho for wadwen kire bra Now that we are unable to connect you on air through your telephone contact, no, what the adventure never fa your social media platforms, no, so not yanking kind. Radimidas said that's wickedness, poor child. I believe say Radimidas commenting on Vivian, 31-year-old lady no, or send about 9 years, abaya epi, 1 month to a dapas which the 9 swabacono. Yes, oh, mommy, way a wickedness. Mananya dankumas wedding cray, the nanko kumpoka crabina, or shiki. Sebanchidian from our family, or no, or better than a pega. I will try and answer as I say. All right, so Ahmed Ibrahim, Banda MP. A legitimate question be me. Say, a basse LGBTQ plus and Komonu Kukra, aya, mi bisano no. And as you come, you also do me bid me answer say on that day, exactly my point and me raise. And Wednesday, no so on Best Entertainment, OKFM so. Halifax and Sado. Ene abedwa 42 ne sokresafo discuss ye. Emma voices am born no pay. Ansa na ye be hye so yase se wuti baako na ye sokresafo ne submission. Halifax and Sado enso bisa legitimate questions pa na ene na me bisa yi. We nya me questions. Dia enuanu mu bibisa na me so me bisa yi. Ebi tire madwene kakra. Elie say President dia wakan ye. At what point do we strike the balance? Say or say and your priority. Fine. Priority and it means saying have we gotten to the junction? Rebecca said Mampeni is being hesitant and not reluctant in signing the LGBTQ plus. We know na. I am na maybe so. I'm just thinking aloud. Have we gotten to that junction yet? Because listening to Banda MP, our double as local government, religious and culture minister, or your MP, anti the Akoso Mrasebejefie no, or your way. Now he will want us to believe, say. As we speak, LGBTQ plus mrano be no na mampeni table so ni akase akwa akoto ne table so na ochi go slow so obesan be no ni table so abankesiem. So where is the bill? The bill we are made to understand say e wo mrasebedwefie. Okay, at the speaker office and on the table so and say at the minority and a majority table so. Now according to Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, me be as I'm so that when we begin the convo, ye be baby as so the body on the kwa asumdiem. Now Honorable Banda MP Ahmed Ibrahim say there was so one once in a chin won kobisa. Sabiyo no ekoto speaker nimu no. Speaker embo etremfama constitution and legal committee ewo parliament na. Azisa committee ni na bill no akoto wo mo wa. Ewo se wo mututu ne srani ambassador so mu na nsana aba chamber ho ama omo ahwe 1 or 2 bi aye. And as we speak, the bill is not with the president, but with the Constitutional and Legal Committee in Parliament. When you make a minimum, if you will be right, your friend is saying, Honorable Asima working here. And the conversation about Bedru say, is there a bill be at the president in Nimna one signing ya na? Ebizu bisa say President Kasa Onika. Listening to Big Edu, Western North chairman of the NDC, our Council of State member. I said, yes, indeed. The president Kasa wanted to honor the yard because in prepare the and you may good niponoswa. Yes, on Juno na onyes a young fan and ma man in Tumpono. LGBTQ plus no and come ti or say and your priority. And your priority in the sense is say and can you make good no pronoswa at the moment or you know big edu. Well, yeah. Western North Regional Chairman NDC and I can say you. Then Bakwa me where the American na yan crofo na yamra Honorable Reverend John Intim Fojo and then run so sumitie the General Secretary of the NPP JFK almost society ne say Adiana has gone beyond. Sir, a bill no na president nim. Enyema wo beto ye no. A wo ye hu adwuma. Economy wo beto ye a wo ye hu adwuma no. Eka ho. Mampeni beto akwan ya enye. A wo ye hu adwuma de big push aba. Sana LGBTQ plus no so eka niema obeto ye no nti se when you are ne bre se be ediko zongo konya aduane padie eye enema aka no ho adwuma LGBTQ plus no so obeto yi eno so ye hu adwumu a ese efata enti wonye then abedu se JFK Probu Feda together with Honorable John Intim Fojo say they are holding the president accountable to the promise of making during campaign time as we were gearing towards the 2024 general election. And a campaign was 24 years and yo. I had a many problem, no one say. Now, Parliament, I mean, say, a Kobase bill be kotoho. Now, in a political party be regime and administration be, ya bill be na say 4 years in term. The president at the time and to me and sign na say 4 years no ko. Not the parliament of that dispensation. As it no ko na wie ye say Kim. Ba another term no mo shasia that bill no enya the signature of the president at that time no sa bill no I was say sanso de ko emia ye ne biu we ye nkoma amra se bejafo na ebo ye enya me na me ebo enti most certainly utie from MPP anu mo ka say na president ni mu say say obeye president eye dan ya mra no bill no it will have to go back to parliament no mun really enkan wansam biem yet okase oba ya wo be sign na me bisa say when the president then flag bearer of NDC make sa promises yi na munum say nyame ya adom na so obeye president on to me sign outright because procedures no man kwan as MPs amaye hu no enti then MPP for a year campaign wo moti we nyina no why did they also not advance almost campaign to capture asem no na his excellency can then telling Ghanaians say we dey mejima no see obo so obey president kura emra no yesan say yensan yenti e wo say san so de ko na yekoye ansa na otumi asan to oba ya wontumi nsan na outright adena yan NPP then a campaign attention nanko amomen diffuse asem wona his excellency e ka no at that time say na wo mu fi say enye feasible say dia all kind no Because now the NPP is trying to make the entire nation understand, say, a lot of Ghanaians voted for NDC because of Sabosheno. That means you were aware. Say now or can be say. Munum say, Bibi ya walking. Say, Waba at once on to me. So why didn't you counter? Namuche ya, or probably not the NPP thought to say. A year then 2024 election, no? So regardless of what His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC at that time of my campaign, it will be an exercise in futility. And because I didn't cry, we and the need to respond accordingly. And a matnawa what their campaign. Muna moke ama Ghana fo ti ato abade ama no afi na mo beka se odi ye campaign to ombeye wa bra MPs muwom na munum se oba it will not be that fast track ade me mama dwentre no opinions are like noses obia won in fact obia ne de kra size. But Sami Jesse said, from Hamburg, most of the journalists, pastors, chiefs, bloggers, actors, actresses are either on the government payroll or as a board committee members. Also, why Mahama himself told Ghanaians that LGBTQ bill will never reach to the table of Nanado, then how come same pastors and DC bishops were against the NPP? Sami Jesse, Roma say Ubetuna Babiua. I'm finding it difficult to comprehend their watch runner. All right, 9 minutes after 8. Okay, 101.7 FM. Ade Akye Abia weekend edition Sunday. I was already seated. Malik Adama. Malik Adama, National Communication Team member of the party in government, NDC. Patinase dada. Eti, mamene nensia nkomo bonase as we await the arrival of Benjamin Asari, communications member of the NPP. All right. Malik Machi.
Yeah. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Bokodie.
Nyamiadum na onse.
Tumo.
Emsana pa we obu ejuma.
Down.
Me banya na meet you.
Okay.
Me be gina gate na no tie for some time before me by insight.
Ejuma das.
Yes, it's good. It's good. You are educating the public and you are informing the public too. You know, a good obu ejuma.
Thank you very much. Anyway,
okay.
The big issue on the table.
Okay.
Now, Nobiaka say, oh, Malik in a competitive advantage over me. I can say no egumi so.
That time I was saying na yesia. Yes, Obia will be beer, and Obia be jade or ye, Abeshia wa. And to say, Yama time na went to me and bantam dia. And this wow, you Ubinaye.
What am I mean for free? I say, Emra say, the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I think on Thursday, yeah, put to prove cabinet meeting.
Okay.
And I say, meeting also regarding fuel, a bono. Na if you buy a fellow scratch off for you, a boy, a man, yes, and I'm one penny for you, yes, taxes at that fuel I at no. That's only yin flew at the Bayer. Ya will be high, now I in him a bra. The Iranian and the American-Israeli war no ebe sizi. Malek me fan komo yin sha sen fenfro na me misa se. Ebi an obi tie onim specifically fuel tax kura ye kan ho asem. Enti bia ono kura ohu exactly what the government means.
Yeah.
Then again, then again, yeah, how significant would the cut off no have on fuel yet or some more bibet makers? Oh, I'm you free so no at the relief aba.
Yeah, me that's all hinena. The kama menchia Mr. President. Na menchia the good professor. I the vice president of this country. Menchia momuti yourself and the OKFM family. Menchia ubia. Now it's true. Thursday no cabinet etunasi. No musi a emergent meeting. No mutinasi so no yeti outcome amode baye. Dear Nema omotinasi. The omotinasi no ye the air course war Iran, America and Israel. Then air course entokwe ya. Nantokwe ama oil bo akosro. And the ama oil bo so course no ye. Once a more street of humans. The street of humans no was blocked. And over 20% of world oil no over 20%. So imagine over 20% of world oil
Obi Abia and any day Kenya what is street of humans no. Na ye chirem kakra say Iran a pososie.
Yeah.
Ghana fancy say o man bi ko baby obetumi aba be fa
kwan obefa ntino friend street kwan a omofa poso kwan omo use oil e de fa but Iran crew inteno no mo block enti ship bi entimi entwemu bio na oil sa efa ho no over 20% of world oil. Ayinya you use association over 20%. And so more blocking a simple means there will be shortage by that percentage. Automatically, yes. Now shortage by that percentage ebape. A simple means oil war because demand supply will not meet the demand necessary. The bema be then ebekoso. Until well market price a movie 111 as at early last week from 65 to 111 a movie gidi. Now Ghana to oil na 3 factors accounted to the cost of your fuel you use. Number 1 factor no eno obi antime nya ho hwe. Eno ne world market price. And 111 make the whole of last week, even from last 2 weeks you can't do anything about it. And the second factor which the government performance, the exchange rate. If the government is not performing a bit affecting big time, and the exchange rate because you're turning in foreign currency, let's say the dollar. Now was obesa CD and the akoto. And the udeba na o converting it into dollar. Na o CD no a week na nature so here CD be pretty ediaye. That is one. And that's 2. And the third one here taxes na egusuno. And also no internally no chrono etime working out. So 2 out of the 3 there and no abino a the modern bo any automation kakra, especially the tax of it my share. But when it comes to foreign exchange in the performance. Now see here a prices of oil akosoro kakra. Now petrol as it stands today 13.3. Majority of the filling stations, I will use Guel specifically in Ghana. And diesel here 17.1. Now 13.3 no. Honestly speaking no. Yinya yehu sa akosoro. But to me it's not too bad as compared to 2024 and 2023. Because 2024 December, now petrol was 14.99. That is the cheapest Star Oil, 14.99. Today the same Star Oil is 13.30. Though akosoro ayenya ye kekem no. And the diesel being the higher 17.1. Once akosoro commercial cars, most of the commercial cars you see diesel. Now a lot of commercial stations kase sadia you better fuel mo. Remember say last year there was a fair reduction of 15% be. That's 2025. And then no as a result of price of fuel a drop here. But a drop bar somewhere 12 cedis because now it was 14.9 for around 14.9, 15.02. And a drop bar 12 no. Now I quite to say yanya relief be. So abani transport operators kasa no. Now it makes sense that 15% was a drop. So a drop here. But subsequently about 11, about 10, about 9.9. Because some of the reduction criteria as a result of currency not drop here, because they buy it in the dollar. Because currency not drop a trend around the 10.2, 10.3, and now back down more. Because at 10.8, 10.9, as at today it's about 10.10, 10.9, 10.8, no. As Jina Bibi Jina Neko Suki Twibi. So it was like that until say Yabanya this war ya a raise kakra. Now banker said no. At least we've chopped some gains. And then they are chopping, I'm some relief, whether we like or not. I'm a relief. Now, I'm a relief, no way ever saying, which we know a tempera. Because even last week, ya tea agreement ever between Iran and America. Say, on Bekasa. So that Omar Shesana, they will cease fire. And you say a tempera.
But and Ram, you must make a cry. And when that may hear Sky News now on my report to say, although Pakistan for intervention, Nanka, your positive results there, but yet ship will be confined straight of Hormuz one. Iran, for despite agreeing to the terms of the group, still. And the adamant.
Yes, let's since there's an agreement, let's look at how it will go. Since there's an agreement, good. And because a tempera no ohine, a tempera, a dibia tempera, at the end of the day to come back to its normal shape and its normal position. Good. Until now, buying so say, say Jan destroy at least some of the success idea, whilst this thing is tempera. Say a back now, maybe near my best back no, ebeha. Because a kosra a beach in heading. It's very difficult because some of foodstuffs are raw in this country are very cheap, honestly speaking. But almost finishing product we kota heading. They said no. Sana etie. But a brew I perform drastically. Today a brew is less than 300 Ghana cedis per bag. Way less than 3. It's about baby cress about 230, 250. Per bag. It's way less than 300 Ghana cedi. But some years back, even the same one was 450, 500. But do a cry 1,000, 1,001, 950, 1,002. But there's sena eduane international then eti. And then say ebema we to cost rebeha. And about say sadia cabinet meeting. We have some taxes ewoho. Now some of the taxes they are levy. And at the meaning of levy temporary tax to cater for something. Say, if you feel it's hard in no way. That's the meaning of living. Until anything you see living, is there to solve a problem. After you take it out. That's the meaning of the word living. Good. And to share levies now, a war a price now. Or see obeshemu because we have a lot of energy debt recovering, road fund, energy fund, price stabilization, sanitation, energy sector, special petroleum tax, primal distribution margin, they are all there. And or taxi, the finance minister, the energy minister, who is the sector minister, say, Omumi no for mutimbo. Now, share among these taxes, dear any dear and you suspended. The word was suspended. Now, say, the relief no beba, Omon koshim. No can so that the next window which is less than 2 weeks from say at least you be factored in. deɛ ɛwɔ sɛ ɛkɔ parliament nso na ɔmo nhwɛ no na ɛno nso no at least ɛbɛtema yɛ certificate of urgency na yɛahwɛ no nti no the AC Thursday no this is the simple narration of the AC Thursday but I think I will applaud the president because Ukaya 2 weeks back or can be said they are carefully monitoring the movement of fuel price and also what is happening at America and Iran. And our catcher finance minister to say on neni and kohon on fanason to from neni kohon so that on monitor say yes air qua air cobibria na yes you actually send a bit to me at 10 year maso at some of the taxes who are a paper form. Until the meeting, no, that is exactly what occurred. And I think I will congratulate the president. And he behaved like a leader. Because leader, you are there for your people. The best are obetimi aye as save you mono. And no and obey. And you know, Mr. President, that's a good step in the right direction. Thank you.
Nipa yɛte nkan a yɛde ne bɔ nkɔmmɔ ɛna anɔpa yi ɛyɛ national communication team member of the NDC Malik Adama that in the wake of some intervention during the week mete price hikes be from VIP and sabati here a long journey say one more increase. And then maybe say at what point this cut ebenya direct significant influence on adena ebema the ordinary Ghanaian be say yes say aban eyi levy na free so a mehu say eni
yes ohene ye nyina yet VIP even charges no ba out omo publish ye nya ye hwe Kumasi 150 or the ye share publication no. But Sobe Kaya, a road minister, and they held a meeting. I think the Wednesday, whether Tuesday or Wednesday, no, they held a meeting, intensive meeting. I catch almost suspended, pending the outcome of a cabinet meeting now. No one showed the way out. They are also human. I don't think say almost per se almost increase keke. I don't think so. They have a factors and the reasons behind the increase, and they are human. They travel almost for families almost to kwan and almost manso to kwan. Enti no almost interview Mufi ha adakabre. And also well what na I think that they will look at the outcome also. Though they are also closely observing. But I believe, I don't know as a matter of fact say the increment now cost one and cost so. But I believe strongly said no. And I was stating so a trade minister so. I invite Shashi Water Association. Hairs no. And no more kasaye. Say increment na anka eba pure water. A movie from 50 pesos across 10 pesos or 8 no. And no more kasaye. Emma omu withdraw ye. And to withdraw ye no is still send 80. It means anybody say yes. So more increase here. Maybe we are adding hatch from 50 pesos better barco. Not 10 pesos a once the better meal. Now, since I once the cotoba, could the net 50 pesos and Ghana yen use view, because she knew her better matter. They spoke at length. Emma minister so catch more measure or the better two in place. Now, you are maintaining price, no, which a jumasa say price. I mean, entina who say shashi water no and cost. And the same applies to the road transport. But Ubisa question said the bena mesha sa relief we ebe take effect. Unim say pay the loss no. Ye wo mra at least ye review this ye petrol ni ye diesel monthly basis. That's the windows no not ya review. Not ya review. Now the window will be less than 2 weeks from Meno Ekasai. There will be that review. Intina Mr. President, Ekacha and the 2 ministers no, who are direct in charge, say at least Friday this weekend, no, they should go through na omonhwe because also mo kotena na mo hwe say ye we ya and ye reduce we and ye we complete temporarily. So they will look at it as me no say obi enim specifically say whether energy debt levy, whether the 1 cedi levy stabilization, which of them nobody knows. Even Omumpono, they are now going to look at it and look at the impact war amaye any the relief so that Omot may reduce it. But they will do that, I believe strongly, maybe within next week will be done. And then the next window reading, it will be factored. So as we are speaking now, you better include the next window reading and a factor into the bill. Yes, yeah.
Malek, before we go away from fuel price relief issue, fuel price ya can was a mere dear free. Dear Amaya Baby Drew baby, I drew here was a emergency cabinet meeting decided on the cut any other matters. MPP time.
Yes.
Ukraine, Russian war.
Yes.
And so affected certain aspects of the economy. Mamimisa, time, how they managed and maybe Ukraine, Russian war no affected, other sectors of the economy are affected by the war. Now you hear, and this is also Iranian American Israeli war. And yama asasi affected no ewo economy mu. Beginning from fuel, abanitu wana moyi. What did you say? More bracery, my better than how NPP managed sectors of the economy that were affected by the Russian-Ukraine war.
No, affected by Iran, American, Israel, right? NDC. And then the MPP, Ukraine, Russia.
Yeah.
I'm one of the people who criticized the MPP during the Russia-Ukraine war. The simple reason here, when the economy the Russian-Ukraine war. Now, anytime Russian-Ukraine war, always no Russian-Ukraine war. And the catcher almost say, no, you are wrong. And yet Russia-Ukraine war. As at 31st of this March, 2026, Russian-Ukraine war, pecha giti. Can who say NDC bad power, na Russia-Ukraine war, war. Anko. They be today. Let me tell you, as at March 31st, 2026, the Ukraine-Russia war continues with intense fighting, particularly in Donetsk near Pokrovsk. Ukraine has launched significant drone attacks on Russia energy infrastructure, including the U.S. Luga ports, whilst President Zelensky expressed a conditional openness to cease fire regarding energy infrastructure. That was 31st, even 2026. But the question is that in Tokwano NDC buy one and affect your foreign exchanges. No. And two no and derail and destroy your energy sector. But Tama AC under the previous government, our issue was that one, now the foreign currency was not performing. And now sa war no and destroy the foreign currency is force. And until today, American, Iran, Israel, and destroy our currency. As we speak now, it's over 1 month war and it's in 10th. Our currency is still Sana Etie. And until a minute Dr. Bamudu Bamaya Adrian said, if your fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. So the fundamentals wasn't even in existence then.
And campus are you weak?
Any home na ye weak. Oh, and any small waves, na your foreign currency, na born out on chain. But today, Sana IMF ankasa kan say the economy is vibrant, resilient, and cool. Who are shocks hereby? I'm moving. We are still about the 10.10, 10.9 temperature. Even we check this, that's within Onya. That's the interbanking rate, a Bank of Ghana rate. What must I say? But as at that time, what was the interest rate? 16.4. We just check. That's the central bank rate, 16.41 November 2024. Over more 16.41, 16.42 interbank, central bank. And then na year point in a year. Bibia Ukraine-Russia war, master. Russia-Ukraine war, no. And now, President Desiree said about 7,000 or 70,000 kilometers to this place. Bibia Ghana, BBC pay Russia-Ukraine war. Man, America, Russia-Ukraine war. Master Aden. Meanwhile, the fact doesn't support it. The fact does not support it. And the honey can, but okay, when COVID by, and this in so year, policy documents, a submittee to the office of the president, then President Akufo-Addo, led by our then chairman, Dr. Fusu Ampofu. And now I stand to be quite now, I say, our current vice, Messan checking, but no led by him. And Omodi call Jubilee House, and they call present, he say, yes or no, this is our policy, how you feel say COVID can be solved. And to the almost no, a document which simple means say you say BBAC. This is yes we are dream ye contribute ye the abase government is on share. The full say ebe your man no on UC. The on also one or better we did that because we say a pandemic, a nationwide, a worldwide, it will be a year. But we criticize a NPP because aftermath of the COVID, aftermath, other countries, they were stabilized. They were able to move on. So what happened? Then you see what Ghana, I ain't me movie. Aftermath, and they criticize here, such as Ghana be a junk status. We use Sri Lanka few Ghana the junk status. We have to talk about it. What am I saying? We have to talk about it. How come then, let's use the word Togo, Abidjan, Burkina Faso, Nigeria, we're better than Ghana. Also, no, na Ghana, a senior. But after months of COVID, they were better than Ghana. You into a Kasai. But I didn't see, we supported. But after, what did you do wrong? And COVID financially, even was a blessing to Ghana than curse. Financially, yes. In 30 seconds. A lot of money. A lot. May you see finance ministers, the Okaka or Parliament, or see 18 billion. And you see 12 billion at the year COVID related matters. Year one was 8 billion. And the following year, 4 billion, and year 12. And besides 6 no so the supportive budget. Before you say your former Chief Justice, or also no internal support be. So okay, companies donate led by Madame Sophia Kufu.
The Kakra say, your boss, your director, Dr. Sekwabi Despite Dr. Ernesto Forisapon.
Yes. So contributions be required, but no, you need my account. What am I say? And just a COVID number, the answer is no. And the financial, it was a blessing. And the Ken was say, except Sri Lanka, we become the worst performing country on this planet. And we criticize, and they criticize it. And the critics now all can Ukraine-Russia war. These are the reasons. And those times, the MFU the exchange rate. And the SN region is being managed by your country. Who now manage administration they manage. And no any external shock. External shock upu ebeba. Na eba will fee if the fundamentals are strong na ebejina. If the fundamentals are not strong na the asama there at the asam. And that is the criticism. Yeah, the MPP then said they should stop using Russia-Ukraine war as an excuse. Almost power, crude oil was either $65 to $68. But now it turned 14.99. But when it was the same 65, 68, it turned 10 cities. 9.8, 10, 9. Depending the filling stage. Oh, then the money basa foreign currency, how you manage them. Because 16 cities and 11 cities are not the same. There's a gap of 4 cities. And however, people will fill the gap of 4 cities, in every transaction related to dollar. Thank you.
Malik Adam and Yetiene Kano. Oko NDC Amanyokumo, a member of the communication team. Bringing the time to 38 minutes into 8. Benjamin Asari, a member of the New Patriotic Party communication team. Ababa Bekayensa. That the Bena Yeleti Papa. Benjulu.
Senior. We facha me. Maybe na mbenya problem kakra me kabel okay me Tantra golf filling station o.
Top one.
Me TSM wo. Me free Tantra ho no. Golden door TSM na minya sa problem. Me try say ka me but na me hwa time no. Konti we kura me fa moto. Na ma ba be duru ha no. Nti we dey mo fa nche me. Eya me star no so eja.
Na me wona pass one pad.
Yeah. Nti me Friday ki kura ka chen say me nam kwem but man kan situation no kura nche no. Nti mo fa nche me. E bi nsi biem.
Ya danyamia dey say unresulted in any fatality bia. Akwa abanso.
Yeah, nua.
Obanso abetu nua Malik.
Senior Malik. I think that this is the second time meneno Asia. Abubo bi egum but na for the door na chese ne o kan yemfa ya de o mbefa of akwame because ne edika ma menchia osonko na menchia atiefo ne ahwefo a o mo agebre na wo mutie ye no mo hwe ye anopai chia wo mo yi pa menchia me MP honorable glory usu mother for obatampa obadwuma yi papa was started community engagement in Yameya Doma, Ochana, Yadi Echere, a man from electoral area. Aye Kwakushia, a man for a woho, we MPP new, we NDC new. Mother say, Waba, Amayina, Ubi Amra, no mekana hiasem, encheno na onhwe kwaye obefaswa. Ono more better to adjoin waiting me a solve problems in a mom. The honorable glory uzu. Maybe I want to pay be a mechao, Yameya Doma Ochana. Enyina ebehia wo amam from electoral area na wadwuma pa wo ye no watwa so wo hode amaye eja se me tie minua Malik no papa yi a waka sem bia ma me ho adwiri me yie na sem a wo kan say COVID was a blessing to Ghana financially
a blessing in disguise ana
no wan fan so e bia ono na wonya kwae ode be so because of akwame bi bie ni won mo ebetimi asi ahwere ya akra ya hwere wo mo during COVID time bi bie ni no amount of money anya na at that time en ebetimi di nipa nkwa asaba enkwa mu bi ana say ebetimi a resort nipa life the number bi ensida.
But then you be a mechanics mama no taking out of context because you be not specifically oka
you see financially.
And I'm also saying say we should not even bring financial aspect to it at all.
Okay.
Because at that time, no, we were restricted. Untimi nante se ne ope, untimi move se ne ope. Ayese ne no man ni nyina ba wiye at that time. Enti sika bi efri mu ba ye bia no. As a politician, you don't even have to look at the monetary aspect. But enkwa na ye hwere wo man mu ano. Ofakwa me COVID, nipa almost 1,000 people were Ghana. Almost 1,000. sika bie ni won ma yenya ye betime de sa nkrofo no ye nuanom na ba nkwa mu biem nti so oka say because of politics ni sika yenya wo covid no was so important say enikwa say ye compare even that era no breach ni economic hole a de bre wo man na so justify say bre sika na che say me bra no ho ya na in fact the ekwe nyina echi no esese yewura John Dramani Mahama ni NDC omubu nkotodwe no omde chew pakese de ma na nado dankwa akufuado
arenti
because ensem bia omo kafa na nado ho abra no omo opposition nyina has come to pass as say kura no they are doing it worse. You see na obia na anwene ho say US ni Iran be kwa akokontokwa wo abra no omo criticize Russia Ukraine war no na omo nim se mere bi ba beduru ya animu a ye ba benya the same issue wo wiase mu a nti obo ma yete ase to the extent say then candidate yewura John Dramani Mahama ekokogina simpie so a kire say oyi asresem ni nyina ne say Russia Ukraine war no bomb na ye toto no enya de a ya to bia ma na ba beto Ghana ha. Until we should not even justify say problem na ekoso wo Russia ni Ukraine no enye nsunsuaso wo man yi so because eni nsunsuaso bi ma wo man to the extent say what the acquire edem between Russia and Ghana I was say 7,000 no enya de a ye ne wo mo bohye wo ba bia na wonim say emire bi ba beduru a ye ba benya US any Iran so ba be kontokwa anye bia ne yebusa sisi ane say bomb na ye toto wo US ni Iran bi atogana ebi ntogana ye kra de hye na ye no omubo sese no almost 1,000 miles ono ne de no say 7,000 ye de na ko be 10,000 enti asem bia ye wura John Dramani Mahama kafa de fa na nado danko akufuado hu bia no ya de a omo atrase ye hu se sensem na omo kafa na nado ho no na nya nokore esese yewura John Dramani Mahama esese ko obebu nkotodwe pa yewura akufuado chew se miwura ne meka ye ni nyina no manka ne ye fache me enya saade a ye na kese e beba yewura John Dramani Mahama ne na mamumu na nya sam ketwa because na nado danko akufuado one na busua omu di yaw kese wo yewura John Dramani Mahama wo say because of all paper wenti ensem wa kese na wo ka o mamu a to the extent say wase nanado akwa hye ni nuanom achi ebubo odin bobo ntidin ebo asanti bedi atuo ebo gabi achi se wo na ewie sika no de ma nanado danko akufuado na yewura John Dramani Mahama enim se mire bi beba a wode ne Ghana daman ye bauxite anase ye gold wa ye wono emire bi ba bedu ama ni nua anya capacity no a wo wa hoden a wo qualify say eseso odi sa adwuma no na wonim se mire bi beba enti sese me no wo kasai ye wura John Dramani Mahama ono so wakwa hye ye wura Ibrahim achi ene wode ye japade ama no say onye ho adwuma no mfa mehwe na abra obekwa ahomegim ye politics ya yenye careful ensemu bi a efi yenum beba bi a yenye very careful because that we yanim emre we yanim na wonim da se Ghana fo be sa de tumi kese sei ahye nanimonyam so wonto a oman bu so kan sem bi wo hono mo keka ya menya so se yewura John Dramani Mahama ko obeka enti na nado danko akufuado ba bi a wo bia no nyame ma wa abotre ma wa rechichire na yaw na wo mu na wudi wo yewura John Dramani Mahama fache no enti saade a me se senior oyenne kese na beba yewura John Dramani Mahama so se wankwa ankopa yewura akufuado chewa
ba bene enkomo no before a wo beba no na me ne Malik ye bono ne de aba bedru se
the questions by
Dabi wo ye na kan na me to aso wo ba mi hu se LGBT mi hu se na wo kan wo asem go na di kai me ba no wo kan covid asem
na no ne de twen
covid no de
Dabi LGBT ne de twen
oh okay
okay de ne category so we looking at
the questions by
which I may answer
I will answer you accordingly.
Now we were looking at cabinet meeting of course on Thursday. The free mobile and say because of Iranian, US and Israeli war in Tiama fuel and waka kakrenti some taxes be the that's why Abaya say you free was at a benya a bit relief bino ɛna ne yɛ ka ho asɛm a ne di bedru sɛ 2 dispensations in no obia has been hit by factors bi a beyond their control. MPP time, COVID, then Ukraine Russian war, and NDC time also. So we have a Queen Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu in Iran for you. Now, before the anam war passenger NDC now. As you know, economy factor are affected by the war. Fuel. One intervention about near bisa say, Mumiunu. One agana for in sense, obu minus a torrential biba. No matter how intensity the effect in it yet, and what this year, which room can say. Until not at the way now, by until we are comparing and contrasting.
Offer.
Yes, sir.
I are a wholesome. The American in a baby sima seminar making in also.
Okay.
A patch of Abra in this bar, a bedia dear, fool, a call ya could do 9 cities. So, Mama Yeti as a result of almost competency. A mamu papa and she papa, almost ye de bois, man, a man ne. Ye tofu be a 9 city be a 10 city patomboa. Sa time no, send na a drama so na fu no send na bafem. Ba omo anka say a fu na abafem wo a drama so no, and na ama omo nso e ti fu so wo mamu ha omo anka sa. Omo say abam papa ba ato is forcing. John Dramani Mahama yewura president. Hyehyɛ nneɛma papa ma say was stabilize the economy no amene. Omo di fu ani twa yempoa se abra omo ba baji akunwa no na fu ani ne nam 16 15 17 enne aba 9 10 entina John Dramani Mahama ne ato omo bo omo homoden to the extent say of aye ka kire omo se monto mo bo ase na fu no crude oil no adwaman so no aba fam enye nhyehyɛ bia na mo ya e de sa results we amaye omo se da bi yewura John Dramani Mahama ene ato forcing omo amamuo papa omo starting ti na ama sese fu ye to bi 9 cedi e to bi 10 cedis ene ye ka ya no tumu ne ebeka bia nkrofo say omo gbadwuma afei de ene de ye den na fu akwa koduru 16 Ghana cedis per liter mo ka kire ye say Russian Iran war no ena ama na akwa koduru ye gitumu enye ye da Sasan womo pese ekono dia ene it is as a result of omo incompetent and na peja eyefu no from 9 Ghana cedis no omo de koye no akwa akoduru 16 Ghana cedis because Russia Ukraine war no ene Israel US Iran war no eni Ghana ni twaka bia sani omo kan ye no eni Ghana ye ne mose eni Ghana ni twaka bia enti sese me no kasa Ghana fo nyina hu se yewura John Dramani Mahama ne NDC modern mo a wo ntimi mo na amafu na kwa koduru 16 Ghana cedis. We don't want any justification ni wo di gina so to aba e de ye campaign ti aye no ma wo ma explain bibia nkyere Ghana fo se eba fam na obeka kire ye se se de crude oil na ba fam e adwaman so enti se no esese ye nso ye te so wo mamu ana Ghana fo e ho to wo mo na wanka ne sa na wo se ye modern mo bi a wo bo enhyehyɛ ye papa bi a wo di agu akwam na ama se no fu na ba bedru 10 cedi a ade na se de e kosoro de a wo de koshe external factors double standard. Da ben na ye be ma politician Ghana for beji do politician for credit. Ekoyie ma odi a u take credit. Se ekọ no won fa ba bi na se enkoyie ma odi a u pese wo ya de kokose bibi. Me ne wo kasa sesi e. Abra na Russian Ukraine war ekoso no. Me pa chaw factors ane ha wo man yi nyina ye de tudwa. Yinia no ma ye te ase se no enka ho. Enya de ne ne bo abura wo ba bia. Ye kura de yenya 2 external shocks. COVID and sana Russia Ukraine war eseba ababe kuna nado danko Akufo-Addo amamuo because before na nado danko Akufo-Addo eba abeji wo man wo hwe ya from 2017 abepim 2019 na economy na gina ne na so yi a bibia akoso kama e ma Ghana ha eno na Nana Danko Akufo-Addo making sure say what the free SHS aba ama Ghana for bebre bo sedi ho adanse say yes Nana Danko Akufo-Addo abeyi burden kese afiri awofo so saa time no mu a na ye ka bibi te say one district one factory Nana Danko Akufo-Addo baaye ade baaye within 3 years na ye hihye ne makama saa time no na ya restore teacher training allowance the Ghana for na ya restore nursing training allowance the Ghana for until within 3 years no na economy na ya hihye ne yie ye can say ya hihye economy ni ye kura no ye nuanom NDC for ni ye wura John Dramani Mahama say ye hihye ye bia omo no ye to ho na ye enjoy na ye yankasa ye mama ye hwe na covid be hit ye say kim afi covid ne be hit ye wie ya enkrofo yi ka kire ye say covid no kura aba no amma ye sika bebre ntini kwa say ye de hye covid. How serious can you be as a politician? Say yenya to rencham kesiye ti say na affect ye wiase afa na nyina omo gina ye wo economy mu kura ka say sa ho na aba beda omo economy num no e wiase nyina na be take ye 25 good years ansan ye timi gina ye na so asem a IMF be ka kire wiase nyina no enso ye see ye de ye isolated ye nka wiase ho enti NDC for ma ye hu say ye Nana Danko Akufo-Addo amamu no it's a result of incompetent and amamu no ko ba bi e ko no ene de ne ye hu ene pa de ne ye hu justification be na ye wura John Dramani Mahama ene ato force betimi a make say US any Iran war no enye nsunsuaso wo ma we so enya de besi da baby ekoni nyina no ye wura John Dramani Mahama ne ato force omo incompetence a omo ntimi mfa nhihye ne ma yie because se wo hihye ne ma yie ahwe taxes se wo fu we no so enne afede mo running into cabinet meeting I could take decision say taxes bi wo hono eguso asesi yiyi wunya afa ahodie na bra external way no fuel crude oil no ba fam enne asa odi mirika wani hu hancho wani brisika ntino mo sa de 1 Ghana cedi ebe 2 liter bia ye beto so se mo de kwa akosiesie energy sector abra crude oil ne ba fam a Ghana for be enjoy driver for be enjoy kakra no and because of any bre any sika mo pentino mo de 1 Ghana cedi ebe 2 fuel no so se every liter bia beto bia no ye tua 1 Ghana cedis na wo mu nim se sa oil na betra ho no afebo enti wo mu wia wo man no e bo man na po e de 1 Ghana cedi 2 liter bia ye beto so enne me no ka say the reality has catch up with you guys. Me ne wo ka say Ghana for nyina hu say Nana Danko Akufo-Addo has been vindicated because country ya ye wo mu ye run a lot of your economy no e wo outside external factors ka ho untimi nyi mfrim be enemu ma ye hu say external factor bia enka ya amamu a ye bu ho se bibia akona ye negative a na che say ye Nana Danko Akufo-Addo ni incompetent na man buy. So we don't expect NDC to also compare say Israel US and Iran war and ama baby yedru enya nokure da offer enya nokure da. Let's not deceive Ghanaians say because of that taxes na wodi atoso no we yi ni nyina free so a ye beto fuel 11 Ghana cedis wo kromu a say taxes na ye wura John Dramani Mahama wani ato forcing e de atoto tutufu we no so no say we yi even emu 60% kra na e ya de a ye beto fuel 11 Ghana cedis. Enti adenti na wode kwose external factors adenti na wode kwa kwose Iran ni US ntokwa enye nokure enti me no ka say wonyi covid ni free so 1 cedi but of we na ma 15 so we energy recovery 11 ni free so a 17.7% ni free so a 15 ebeba 14.3%. Not just a 14 cedi 30 pesos. We other factors in nyina free so a na so we 70% cry you better 1 liter of fuel wo krom 11 Ghana cedis. Why are they deceiving us? As if say Iran and the US and Tokano and no one peja ye fuel no akwa do 16 Ghana cedis, which is not true. And you no correct. So stop deceiving Ghanaians. Now we say taxes e wo fuel no so e ye baako 11. Taxes e wo fuel so aye to wo mamu an e ye baako 11. Me 70% out of 11 if you so kra ye beto fuel 11 Ghana cedis wo mamu a. So they should stop it at all. ma wo compare US any Iran war no kura to us. They should take all the taxes and see say still fuel na ye turn 16 Ghana cedis no e beba fam ana se be kosoro wo mamu a enti yesre wo mo ye ni abre ahokyere aye kom no omo mpasem papa bi nka nkere ye na wo munya US Iran war na ye koso no because ye ne wo mo mose ye wo ba bia enya de a bomb na ya to ne bia ba beto Jubilee House ama say no akatakasa ne ntase yesi wo hono a omu ntimi nhyehyɛ ne ma ebeboa ma economy na gina yie bomb ni bi meto ha enti yesre wo mo ma ya ahokyere aye kom no omu nya bibi mfa ho na omu nya US ani Iran tokwa no ma wo mo no omu nko omu tokwa medase nana
medawase pa Benjamin Asare ne yete ne nka no oye NPP amanyoku no member of communication team na Malik
shortly shortly na mentoaso onim say Russia Ukraine war Ukraine Ghana ya import fuel in for Ukraine. When you check, this is what it said very well. Or say Russia Ukraine war conflict has significant impacted Ghana by causing disruptions in supply chain, leading to higher food prices, specifically wheat, and increased cost for agriculture, fertilizer, and specifically. Ghana primarily imports significant amount to minerals, fertilizer, and wheat from Russia. We don't import a crude from either Ukraine or Russia. But watch here. Or see, Ghana import refined petroleum, machinery, and agriculture products from Iran. So we import refined oil from Iran. And to say Iran, ntoko siya, yentimi import bio. So we import. And into na yakacha mo say, mon stop Ukraine Russia war. Anya ye betro e kosoro no. Anka eduane do those and eduane body we know. E affecting nyema ye krafi ho ebadia. Nobody would have complained because we know the situation there. But that wasn't the case. But we are importing refined oil and machinery from Iran to this country. These are the two differences we are talking about. That is one. And two, you see MPP, mu mismanage kromha, incompetent. Currency ni yahin. The currency then, November 2024, the dollar was trading at Bank of Ghana rate 16.41. And no, a external factor. The answer is no. And yeah, external factor. Uka crude oil yate so yankasa yate so no. Crude oil, tama eba 10 season 11 no. The crude oil, you check and find out. You get it from $65 to $72. The same price. Tama moton high price 15 and 16 no. That was the same price. The same $65 to $75. But that time here no. Net on 15 and 16 cedis per liter. And it is pure management issue. It is not external, a pure management issue because dollar na asai atete apine. That is the difference we are talking about here. So it has nothing to do because of the external, because external is there, but your pure mismanagement. Only him say crude oil issue tiko 118 under MPP. Say you thought these are 24 cedis. Yes, today, 111, 114. But how much are we buying it? Your top petrol, 13.3, or say 16. Petrol 13. Allied or opposite Chihaya. Metos is about 13.3.
Diesel, man, top petrol.
Better. Diesel is 17.1.
Yes.
Petrol 13.3, but I'm using petrol. Now you have 15 mufiso. But the same world market price. And you had a bad managers. The Uka, what's the name? Make COVID, no. The whole world, Ghana became junk status, baller. Obianya COVID. Everybody was affected by COVID. Everybody, every country. But how come Togo was better than Ghana? And so Togo COVID koho. How come Burkina was better than Ghana? And so Burkina COVID koho. How come other countries near except Sri Lanka, every country was better than Ghana? And no, mismanagement and incompetent. Mismanagement and incompetent. It has nothing to do with the external shock. And no, and another aftermath of COVID, no. Ebi mu jino mu nan so. Ade na yanti man jina ya nan so. All the monies yanyaye efahin. Muchema party for. Because there's an evidence. Either Nalergo or Sanlergo member of parliament, who is the vice chairperson. Eka say, your man 50,000 as the parliamentary candidate and another 50,000 as the vice chairperson of that constituency. And it's in the public. We saw it, Buche. Entino, enono, a senate shock. It's not a senate shock. It's as a result of the bad management. Yes, you see, Atu is forcing because the crude oil price is the same as the Mumujamayo, but dollar no about 10.3 against 16.4. So how much are you saving? 6 cities, 10 pesos. It make it difference per dollar. 6 cities, 10 pesos is making difference per dollar. And the crude oil, you got on $1,000. We ever spend you turn 1,000 away, we spending 103,000 Ghana cedis. We be spending 164,000 Ghana cedis. These are the difference. So that is why Atu is forcing, and Atu force today. MBP wants to candidate you need to better petrol because the dollar has never came down. More by $5 in 4.2. 1 year down the line, the dollar is trending over 5 cities. You be $5 dying. You be $5 and trending around 14.8, 14.9, maybe 15. And you $5 more money by 14.9, 14.8. But you drop you know, you unstabilize you. We brought it down. But more by $5 and 4.2. No, you didn't bring it down 1 year the line. It got 15 plus 1 year the line, more increasing. But you drop you know, we drop it. Something 15. Now say I do 10 something. Imagine 4 cities plus a drop. What is the percentage? About 35 to 40%. So Atu is forcing,
right?
And Atu will force.
Medase pa Malik Adamani etienne no na esio kwaunteso esio say greetings to next NPP national chairman Boachi Ejako kwaunteso na esio di we free baye keke kaswa. Sir, I'm from American Town, Kinky House, Kaswa, NDC has totally failed. Baumia will come and save Ghana. It's still possible. Kudos to Honorable Mavis Hawa Kumsin and Wafasiki. Comments appeal too. Say, hey, NDC resetting pani apu. Even if you don't can perform better than NDC 100 times. Kudos to Hajia Safia Muhammad, next NPP National Women Organizer, and Mr. Seth Ofei, or your next Amasama Constituency Secretary, hopeful anyway. Comments appeal to no. Samija City Free Hamburg, Germany. The NDC is never a political party, but rather a dangerous cartel group of organization full of propaganda, lies to deceive and fool Ghanaians. But why Ghanaians still don't get it? And I quite say, why is the 24-hour economy, Mr. President? Kwakupoku said the base or the way. Facebook, Argentina making kind. Then Anakwame comes again, saying this is always twisting facts. The opposition left the dollar at 14.6, and they didn't get 38%. But 41%. 5 minutes after 9, live on OK 101.7 FM, Ade Akye Abia weekend edition. Amanyosemu padi hunufo amenu omesin kunyan enne eye Benjamin Asare from the NPP, Malik Adama from the NDC. Now Malik, wiki say asema dapono so. LGBTQ plus. Na ma men kan kakrai don't belittle our intelligence. Methodist bishops and can say, Waban. Nations don't live by bread alone. Catholic bishops and can say, if economy has been fixed, why hide behind basic needs to delay anti-LGBTQ plus bill? Honorable Reverend John Intim Fojo, and so the many are commented akasafa hon. The minority together, we must say the president has lied to Ghanaians. Eti ebeya omepacho. Malik, why did you lie? Sir.
Nobody lied. It's a patch of you. It was an upper Ghana for a NPP led by former President Akufo. Yes.
Why?
Why? The simple reason is that or through the secretary to Parliament said more transmitting the LGBTQ bill it's lawlessness.
Anti-LGBTQ.
Yes, it's lawlessness because it was a call. That's a appendix you have 7 days to write to Parliament. The man the reasons why appendix that's how they cover by a lawyer who is lawlessness. And he had all the opportunity because by then you are passing a done a bill. So it is a bill for composite. You hide behind a court. Then you are who Richard Sky is. But the verdict came before 2024 elections. You could have still signed it. But Uchroko said, Maya Fambrel cry, you won Parliament, which is lawlessness. Yes, we campaigned against it because it was a bad action and bad move. And some of us, in him said, the president will not sign, the then president will not sign it. Our reasons is in the posture towards the LGBTQ. The first question he was answered, or through Al Jazeera, what was in the comment? Or see UK cry, na BBC nibo. Na movement by young for sorry, and my UK a buy. Na Ghana so say uncle sorry. Na some movement ba no mo agitia. Ye bet me agiato. Dia na why no.
Okan he say bet me agiato. One can say.
Okan sir.
Oh, damn.
Ye bet me agiato. Okan and I will read it for you.
It's okay.
Okan,
read it.
Ye bet me agiato. When you say Okan, you've encouraged a activist. Why encourage you? Say even the number 1 person of this land, President Eka said, the activist boom. Na say ye pushy gidi ye bet me anya ya right. After all, UK crown no ni ho or mo pushy and na e buy. This is the genesis. This is the hondia odiamane. That is how it started. And then your party parliament pass you. Some of us cried. We had a you say be call or a better one. But what trouble said, Uncle no in Niniho, 9th Parliament. Everything per the law. I knew ye in the 8th Parliament. And the 9th Parliament is new altogether. So the members are new. Even Krano, who we knew from previous you are still new because everybody is new. So now it's supposed to be new. Now on February 17th, just this February, and then there was a first reading.
Malek obetwa so na sa junction no so no na the lies and the request for apology never say na munim say in a likely event say the outcome of 2024 election no e come favor because say the bill the then president and now don't find in sunshine any day we will have to go back to Parliament. But yet, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama campaigned with the promise he said, Oba Obesign.
Yes, Oba Obesign. What is specifically the okay? What the two name Obesign?
Okay.
So, what am I signing? I ask a question.
No way.
Bill any mean what am I signing? A bar I will sign. It's correct. Or bar or best signing. A bar before him or best. Bill any mean what am I signing? That's the question. No, it's simple. Me bar me signing. Bill any mean then I may signing. It's simple. Bill any mean or he then I may signing. That's it's simple. Bill any what then I may signing.
No way.
What am I saying? A bar me signing. Bill any mean. Even say okay na majority leader onaba yarda kasa na bill na tinimpo no anka yen transmit no sa emma Mr. President and sana speaker kasa they have to relay the bill again and there is a verdict from Supreme Court kasa say adibia anko to the previous parliament no biara null and void until the current parliament in the was set to until as at February 17th, that was the first reading. Now, after the first reading, Unim said, Speaker at the command Constitutional and Legal Committee, because they are into it. Omudia, Unim the Omuya, Omudia, and Omu invited stakeholders. They invited the clergy. They invited all the civil societies, even Ghanaians who matters. Emma Omuma deadline of 20th March. Said by then, no, at least or any other memorandum bia opesa odebano. By 20th March, it came last 2 weeks ago. A deadline fabra, so that they can close the matter. Those are your name and Tisan come over you. So that you can close the matter. I'm talking this 20th March. Until 20th March, and everybody must bring it so that they close. And I believe, which I don't know as a fact, said those things happen. About the parliament, or more break. This is a parliament area, you know. Then what they've gathered, you know, I believe behind the same parliament works, if you're more working, what they've gathered, you know, then they look at it and lay it before parliament for approval. This is where we are. That is the state of the LGBTQ bill. That's the state. Even meeting from call the US Embassy, UN and co. They also show concern, say they don't have any program. But initial program they had was naming, say Ugun Renimasi. So because Malika Adama is saying to eat, Wabudi Ugun Renimasi. And no more for say the human right factor of it, you know. Why I say the Fahundi, you know, why run the Fahundi, and no, that's where they had a challenge. And they spoke about it, they had an amicable solution, they factored it in. So they've worked, which Forjob knows that. There were a series of meetings, and they met all those people, and they ended the date in about 20th of March. 20th of March, and Parliament is not sitting. And the Parliament buffer, and you know, with a due respect, what is the problem? That with a due respect, there is no problem because Parliament is even speeding it. I use the word speeding.
Okay.
Because if 17th is your first reading, now by 20th of March, less than a month, that's about 27 days, plus the weekends in now committee, the Constitutional and Legal Committee, at me, like I said, they want to end their job. Who are a memorandum beyond by then, no, a deadline. No more to me, I share all the stakeholders, those who matters. I invite to be not deadline or less than 1 month. Oh, honestly speaking, that's a good job. Honestly speaking, that is a good job. They've moved. And remember, private member bill, to me, a certificate of agency. No. Private, only government sponsored. Private member bill, and the abino end to me, and go push or nip. That is another thing. The president bet to mama and 10 president back us out to my private member bill, president to me. So this is the fastest they are going. Within a month, Now say they've gotten to this place. Why not?
Problem and for
short as say omo bar. It will be omo back from breaker. It will be part of only by then 20th no more man they are able to go through a year of mania. What's the name report of mania for memorandums are bad things. They are short of move your more go through because they will lay it before parliament. Then parliament will also look at it. And the parliament will use well. These things will be solved. And sincerely speaking, me, I don't see any challenge. Imagine a Corsi award the current president Anka Onya Ewa Lincoln University. A Corsi no, who simple means he stands for it and he has made it over and over. When him your action, any your posture, sometimes no, it counts a lot. Your posture. Look at the then president, the posture. Look at today. We have to bash the then president statement na Okokan or Al Jazeera before Oba Akrum ha. Oh yes, also and you know, with a due respect, we will not belittle the nation.
All right. Problem Ebiwo has to do with. Problem Ebiwo has to do with. What my inchiremu regarding President Nchantro. Yes. Now, away from Bill Bianin and Nimunti, he has nothing to sign. And yami priority.
Did he
I
say
don't.
that? Read what he said.
Okay, what?
Read what he said. Why you use that word?
When you see that word, no.
Read what he said.
Auntie, can me baby, I will say. Yaje president and Wesi Boniana.
Or see, who said it was, is it later part of last week or last 2 weeks? And now, Oshia Mpenyefo. Now, Oshia Mpenyefo no, and as I'm coming with a buy. One can say it is not. Listen the way it's, or see, though the fact that LGBTQ is important. Though the fact that LGBTQ is important. That's the word is that though the fact that LGBTQ is important. There are very, very important things and starting naming here, which are more prioritized than that one. You understand? Which are more prioritized.
Malik.
And he, maybe listen to this. Say the fact that it is important. What am I saying? The fact that it is important. That's the way you use. Not just one can say mean relating to twin or say no cresse a hunhiano. Na nyema bi wo ho edidi kan ayeni e koso. Is it true or false? The fact that a hunhiano nyema bi wo yenima a ehunhia ye hwe eno answer. Is it true or false? Because parliament is so unique. That is what he said. Eye no kore se ehunhia. Nyema bi wo ho edidi yeni.
Oh, better oti.
Sir, me feel say boy.
All right. Okay, just give me a minute.
Okay,
okay, my okay. 1 to go.
Plus issues. It remains a highly emotive and sensitive issue, even in the most advanced liberal democracies. I explained during my recent engagement with the World Affairs Council that it's not the most important issue we face as a nation. We're still grappling with the provisions of basic needs of education, healthcare, jobs, food, clothing, and shelter. Nevertheless, the private members' bill introduced in Parliament has sparked a complex and sensitive national conversation. Our position is guided by our Constitution, respect for human rights and dignity of all persons, and the need to preserve social cohesion. While there are strong and differing views within our society, we believe that these issues must be addressed through democratic processes, our core values, dialogue, and the rule of law. I'm also mindful of reactions from our international partners, including the recent developments such as Lincoln University's withdrawal of their honorary doctorate. These developments underscore the importance of continued engagement and mutual respect, and of situating our national decisions within our constitutional and cultural context. Ghana will continue to uphold its democratic values while engaging constructively with the LGBTQ issues. It remains a highly emotive.
Baby, I may penam say, be wait kakra.
Be wait kakra. But first, me had.
I say it's not most important.
It's not most.
That is a and count near man.
It's not most.
Most important. I have the you know
what is the meaning of most important? Nana.
Yes, sir.
I asked a question. What's the meaning of most important? I agree with him. Or see, it's not the most important. It doesn't mean it is not important. Okay. And you know the kind. And me know him, so it's not the most important.
Economics require the scale of preference.
Yes. And then you have kind of the most. Okay. So you use the word it is not the most important. When you read other use, though it is important, but it's not the first, which that's the mean. It is not the most. When I come to power, the most important is to stabilize the country. When you come to power, the most important is to make sure the country is moving in the right direction.
And to establish what you say.
Yes.
The president didn't use the word.
It is not important.
My priority.
He didn't use it. One. He never used it.
And yet the most important.
The most. And true, you and I know it's not the most important. You and I know. Me know him saying yet the most. Who better than the president of this country? Baby, you do know. We are present in there. And yet the most important. Is it the most? It's not the most. The most, yeah, first thing, Uber is simple. For a cost on your money, and no never mount me the most. Uber the most, the ever say krumha. Now, say stabilization air bar. Like you said, now the other priorities there air follow. Especially, baby, I do our parliament. Baby, I do after first reading. Committee ako through a committee transfer omo de beba parliament floor of parliament na omo be debate. That is what is left now. So how can it be a most priority of a president? And beside that
the priority the main issue because
it's not the most important.
The president did not use the word priority.
It's not the most important, especially no. And yes, sir, escalate yama. It is emergency today, tomorrow. You don't keep it. Something will happen to the nation. Ya wanyama be a 1 year and there ochna a manta bibi ABC okroma. And remember, LGBTQ plus issue started escalating when the former president made that statement. Say it's bound to happen if there are movement. And the man started anka. You and I, me no umpono, ohinana. Anka yen shade yet say wo.
Na man crofo
and the man crofo say oh when they push ebe and a domi di kwabenya edi SCC
gidi party no.
And other one and the mass advene then. President class say movement ba ebia ye betmanya ye found die. Won say na identity. So I agree with the president. Everybody will agree. It's not the most. He chose his word careful. There are most pride. AC fuel. Udi, let me ask you. Obi abet Udi not to Udi LGBTQ. Now you're my present a minute to sign one. You, I ask, which one will you sign? I rest my case.
Okay. Malik Adabari Hetinin, kind of from the NDC communication team. Ben, sir, as I'm saying that the end, sir. And Crawford Naka smash president because when you use the word priority.
Me man bro. John Dramani man. It's not his man bro back compo. Man bro.
Of Kwame.
No wonder say fellas of Ozuko aji say mo engage in hypocritical and pedestrian politics.
Ono ankasa o pedestrian dada. Ono ankasa fellas of Ozuko aji na ankasa no nipa no. O pedestrian. Yes, ye argue say offer. You see, sometimes when we say yeah na me nim nipa. You are president John Dramani Mahama. Uji ni di enye yie. Sebi eme ya se meka se onka nokore. President ni you obi a onka nokore. When it comes to LGBTQ plus matter no, onka nokore. We deceive Ghana for eye me ya se waya ma omo communicating no so adane sa ankrofo ni bi. Because asem we ya can simple senior simple and number expose you no me baba expose you say president ni you be a on can when it comes to LGBTQ plus when the man LGBT no ebe ye onye nekese e wo kromu ha enye president Mahama ne Sam George abra ye baba ye campaign last 2 years elections near wama LGBTQ plus ebe ye wo ye ne kese wo kromu ha eye yewura Sam George ene onokura ni kwa asem di yewura so ni din so Sam George ene yewura president omo ne ma LGBTQ plus ebe ye issue kese wo mamu a eden na yewura president John Dramani Mahama ene wote so e ka fa LGBTQ plus ene president ne person o ka kire crazy ni say mo kosan lie eto abama me based on LGBTQ plus no enne say issue na mugina so koto abama me no ehu hia me enye one of the most priority enya de hia me asese me da me dwen ho say me ba be pass LGBTQ plus president na me hu ne clear say enya de LGBTQ plus no ehia no eti president John Dramani Mahama wuchi ni de enye yie o kan sem a sebe ne nsem na o kan enye nokure enesesi ehwe nanim ka chenze yewura president with all due respect ensem ni bi ho no a wo kan utwa tro enye nokure ye kan sa kire president a enye ntro enye disrespect president ni twa ntro a ese ye manu so watwa ntro senior abra president ni shi akraji no asemba ko o ka kire o mo di say even private membership bill no kra no enkontem ensem bebre wo ho enti wonno president Obama na Attorney General no about the sponsor government sponsorship bill no dey akọ parliament senior be ya ye be fasting issue no watimi passing intem. This is what the president said. We see a clergy na sem o ka kire omo no say private membership bill no kra no ensem wo ho eyesulo dodo na wonno president because of Nigeria wo ye Christian wo ye Assemblies of God ni Oba no wa ba sponsor government sponsorship bill no dey akọ parliament and no nya dey take more than 3 months said ye be ya ne ntem na wasan hwene na president ne dey aye hwene president ne dey aye asofu mpanimfo a omunya animu gidie wo kromu a ekoye campaign wo mo asole dem de man say president John Dramani Mahama so wo ba ono dey LGBTQ plus no onsoso so enne se kromu a turumu atiatese they say baby a obefa bia e ma ne ma atiatese e mema ne mema atiatese president John Dramani Mahama mpeso and the member mienu free South Africa e betra ye Independence Square e be kisi ye omoboa na Ghana de AI ye betimi a manufacture obi ama na ba begira ye Independence Square no omu kisi AI tumi ye niam omoboa nya no ene president no kura no na dua ne obedi kura ye AI ne ka obetina mu kura ne emfa ne say AI edi asem ne ka kire ye omamu anom sa no sabe no o say emeto nanim obesan sa time na no ka kire na nado danko akufo adodo on sign no na be na da na nado anim
wa tro letter ama parliament some more for no
yes started be no echo parliament August 2023 and almost starting process no March 16 2024 start time wa yewura president e ka say yewura Nanado Danko Akufo-Addo on sign bill no waka no abra na ye July 19th satam no kra na bill no mu wie wo parliament.
That's false.
July 19th na president ekoko jira Sam George Nungo Pram constituency say the president should sign the LGBTQ plus meanwhile na president parliament wie president no wo ye nya atwom President John Dramani Mahama wo ye nyatrom uji ni dia enye yie sese asem na ba beto anim government sponsorship bill no kra kan wasem on fanya adwuma
ba maliki de no em se won ya no
o say
no wo ka se emrase badwafie wo mote wo monsa free MPs neti wo monsa free wo na de aka ne say president be append the signature no a letter from Asante Bedi to then the secretary to the president advise say
president directed his secretary
senior with the respect I have for this station no mean to me can be aka make actually me Malik because you so pedestrian and you so I don't want to use it. E didn't na Ghana for to abeti ananado dan kwa Kufuado.
Say one sign into.
Anya wa musi one sign into no to abeti ano. Why do you still want to compare Nanado administration when it comes to LGBTQ plus? Why? Ghana for say Jira John Dramani Mahama say wo Nanado dan kwa Kufuado sign LGBTQ plus no one sign enti wo mu susu yemu no wo so gay and lesbian so enti wo mo apanish wo ato abade atia New Patriotic Party amanyuko
e dey amade obo
e dey amawo a wo so obeye wa ba na ya wo se Nanado krede man wa anye enti John Dramani Mahama enti se ono so anye e dey asem kura ni
Maleke say na ni table so
me say Nanado na ni table so okay and now table so wo say wo ba be sponsor government sponsorship bill at the Accord Parliament, who instructed what Attorney General, I'm not sponsor government sponsorship bill at the Accord Parliament. Send your bear, you be speedy up the process. Me no can say still private membership bill, that's all Parliament. And the president or cannot correct.
But a contem,
me say president or cannot correct. Me no can say be no Parliament. I ye do who you must is here. And your private membership bill now. But you told the clergy that private membership bill no and contem. And some bebre wo ho because of that intino wo ba be sponsor government sponsorship bill na Accord Parliament ekwa eno no acha 3 months ni awie me no ka say you president clergy ni shia no na 12 months ni 1 year omu shia no 12 months ni it is a president no kwa say o person wo ye honest to Ghanaians ka ye ka say esa ka bill na wo parliament no ka ye government sponsorship bill. And no na see come wasem because that was what he promised the clergy. So oba no no oba be meanwhile oba e wonye private membership bill na that's what parliament. Ye busa wasem say president what na dey na wonye ya wo say no no nyem most important thing and kan niema e important awoda awodwen wo no and no nka ho bi. And as a president no on set no we ya to atwene wonyene hu odakro onyene LGBTQ plus no and senior Sam George catch the president say at that time all catch na be catch president John Dramani Mahama was Sam George botum obeka say Sam George na president Mahama or the firstborn what catch ni say president Mahama will know no peace so what babem na say one sign LGBTQ plus na he will know no peace from ono Sam George your man minister near 15 months ni what is we jira baby aka LGBTQ plus no wan sem da ye busa no ho asem wo Twitter wo say Ghana for ye nya akasa ono Sam George o na wono wa pay ni dues wa ye ni obetimi ama ye wura John Dramani Mahama aba power eno na ye na priority eno na no opposition wo dwen ho enti ensem wa Sam George kan wo opposition ni na ya torobie ni wa na ye no kore because no the political gain ama ye wura John Dramani Mahama aba power. It is a me no kase offer. Eya rewu semu, eya me ya. Wo be kai say last year num. Ani ye che. Eya Ghana Education Service say, omo de niam bia hyehyɛ ye curriculum num a ye de kwa kyerɛ nkwala de. Wo kai say reverend intim fodro na de sa asem we baaye.
Won say sa de no bana semu ka ne say ya minim so what adan komo no so a. E ka say musuma breast na comprehensive sexual education. Enso su yiliti e magana fo anu am mimu a enti ekamia za amanyofo no saa na moye yen
they say onso kan this for nzemi bi
da bi say yen krofo nsem
de ensem a omo ka no
akokora mpo say omo so modi mu ho ya pa say munim say papa yi say obeyem in a likely event is obey president ade no ontumi nsan na outright na mutina wa modi campaign ka gu mu so modi kan
Obwa president no chantro ntina am say president no chantro private membership me pato so o hwe parliament almost standing orders ne emra omo dibu edidi djuma wo parliament private membership baby and it takes 6 months. Private membership bay it takes 6 months. Now the core committee level. That's what we na koto speaker ni no hwema. O say to me refer back sebia enema ba ko mienu bi wo mu o munya niye. But within that 6 months na as a private membership bay ni yewie.
The American say prior to 2024 election, all right? And now president Ghana for say samuna man san on the oba obesan, right? Now musunamu nimpote say man to me and sign na regime no kone wi ya. Na ye ba the 9th parliament ashiegu. This ye kwaye foforo. And now man counter doing campaign say they are working no. Mon can in say oboa no man can say time no say oboa say obeye president still the bill will have to go back to
and I say at that time they not Ghana for petia ne sign me sign yen so yen yintum and no na Ghana for petie say sa ade ne eye yo ne ye mamofo a eni kwase ye so enti ne na Ghana for petia ne say why na ebe sign. Say President Akufo-Addo so one sign there. President John Dramani Mahama so oba obe sign. Entire sign wasn't about the technicalities. Ekwaya ye be fa so a ye be start everything over. I be take 6 months. Na nya no na Ghana for petie. Na ne Ghana for petie ni say media me ba me sign. President John Dramani Mahama so catch ro mo say media mo to aba ma me ba me sign. Me pa chew. Ya to aba ma no. Won no catch ye say even private membership bay no dodo into one John Dramani Mahama president because our LGBTQ class plus no at heart I want you to muntino or no eba sponsor government sponsorship bill at the call parliament because I no government sponsorship bill near TN say a call no more eyentem and say private membership bill into oba obeba be yame was sign. And a Ghana for bisa say, "Oba when you 16 months." So what started? Say na LGBTQ plus ne yawa. And now they will start in the best February mukwana. Kaba now me ne wo ka say ya sign ya wie assign ama baba ye mra say yen so. But because of you president ultimate signing. Now us sade no so won so no obu anti no ultimate sign. Inti ene wo peso de hye ya adwum se mokura mokasa dodo munyai na sa LGBTQ plus na enka me ene ma ehia me wo mamu anenka ho edi inti na president obetimi adimutu ye aka nsem wo be ye Ghana for ya usa sese wo hu ne wa ma asofo mpanimfo na ye wa ma wo munyina ada ne sebe simpa panimfo nko a asofo akase atinti akantin kanfo wo kromu a sese ye John Dramani Mahama ama asofo ni nyina ada ne simpa panimfo. And then Lawrence Tete also a man anymore guase. Lawrence Tete catch the Ghana for say he is going to march to the Jubilee House and tell government on his face. Satam no na Akufo-Addo. This nonsense must stop. Aso ko kasa dia kire Akufo-Addo because LGBTQ plus no essentially you sign. And a Ghana for so okay, you know you adwen. Go and tell the government your peace of mind. Okoko catch the Akufo-Addo. And we can support you John Dramani Mahama. O kona soli a campaign no ye wo no. So for Lawrence Tete campaign. Say wo ba ye John Dramani Mahama be ya ono nso na ni jensase ho na ye de na koka board we hwe nsase ho. Nti say wo ko dance ase no ne refi LGBTQ+. So for pani refi LGBTQ plus now or kakache Akufo-Addo say ye nonsense no ni refi enne no because of that board or ye board member e fa nsase wunti no minim nsase no opebi asibi aka na sorry da wo minim.
You will also be fair to
enti ene won kan wansem
wa kan wansem o
kan no foforo o say ye nya botre mano ma ye mfa LGBTQ plus enye politics na sofo no satam na no ye politics no e fa LGBTQ plus obi ka bibi kire no ene de sebio sebe sofo ye mena me nkoto jogu fam afei na ye sofo hu se LGBTQ plus no ma ye mfa nye politics wo mamu a nya atwom hypocrisy ena adokuru ye nuanom ye papa no ma sofo no bi wo kromu a mo kasam ne ntie ye John Dramani Mahama say what disappointing ye LGBTQ plus no ye hu anamo bi a watu afa ho papa eden na mo ye de afa ho on say wa sofo ye nyina ye sofo ozu bempa onso ogina na solid dem ka say ono no LGBTQ+ na ye ne tai onso so enti yewura Kufuado onhwe ne obetimi aye bia na wo make sure so obe pass the same thing president by what say gina na solid dem aka the same thing ye pe obi o kan nokure ehwe nipa nim kan nokura eye papa onsu bempa asem o kan no opposition no na won support Dr. Bawumia o ma obi ahun so support Bawumia ba me ne wo ka say sa asem na wo kan no opposition no yewura John Dramani Mahama ebedi akonwa no papa onsu bempa sa kan the same thing. That is an honest person until say yewura Lawrence Tete I no catch le Kufuado say this nonsense must stop. LGBTQ+ no say yewura Kufuado pass nenne yamano board member wabaptre GTV say catch le say ma yemfa LGBTQ+ na nye politics na yenya abotre ma old man say wo frɛ yewura John Mahama old man na wo ni John Mahama wa na bani wo say wutu obi a wo che no fodo wo frɛ ni so ye old man ene dia wo wanyini sire yewura John Dramani Mahama ana president che hwe nanim na ka sam kire no papa no wo betie wo because of that board sunti no and LGBTQ+ wo kona solid dem kro on kan biem
Daniel Edu afare dia ba no obi say na say dia wo ken the other alternative no
senior na matter
Benny
yes sir
Daniel dia ba wo say alternative ya wo ka say private membership bill as a one no eno na say ye go slow na their president ka say o de beba no anye bia no minority mo muntu mi nkofe no ma
ana nipa no onti ase ana them say onti ase yem pardon no because government sponsorship bill no just a president ana aban o wa ban mu pe ne betimi a sponsor ne ye betimi a ye bia no private eno na president na ma yeti ase say sa private membership bill no ade a eche ensem bebre wo ho enti e ko parliament a enko fast senior Ghana for open no enti wono no ba be sponsor government sponsorship bill no wa instructing attorney general senior be ye e ko parliament a e be ye ntem me ne wo ka say sa government sponsorship bill na ye ka ho asem o ko parliament eni ho o ko attorney general table so eni ho o ko parliament say a private membership bill no eno ankasa no mo afale wo parliament. It is president no when it comes to LGBTQ+ no enya dia woni Ghana for edi ni ye na no na Ghana for pi ka kire say obi te say Sam George Krese say ke sake no because on some fata so obedi communication minister based on nsem o kan opposition when it comes to LGBTQ+. It is Mr. Yewura president government sponsorship bill no on fanko na wonkonko yi private sponsorship bill no free wo na government sponsorship bill no en content because say attorney general de kwa obeye ni homework yi e ko parliament a issues bi any want to say the private one issue be ba ho eti yesre ye government sponsorship bill no say Yewura president Mahama Pewompo o ka kire ye ne ye on fan ko parliament na parliament for e make sure say LGBTQ+ no ya pass because ye nya ya adresi ye besuso trumu o Ghana na we otie on say make trumu no wani mu asesa because ya asem bi eni kwa ase ke ye ka
mempekura
Sam George gina ni go prapram o ka no na president e gina ne nchepe o say a vote for Bawumia and Napo a vote of trumu sa wo to aba de man Napo e to aba de ma Bawumia na che sa wo to aba ma trumu abagana na president tenenche na wa ma the flag so no osre che sa ni Sam George ka no na president ne yadwen enne me no ka say ya to aba ma president John Dramani Mahama ene ye maame ono minim ni dimpo
professor
na je
professor je na no
vice president mba me dey ya na me refuse of vice president o ye to abama no se trumu no ati atese ba bia obi ye trumu
obi dey say okofa so full Lawrence Tete dey be mu a then what will you say of Reverend Marty
say
Reverend Marty so
okay say
enyansafo e mu on kai
enyansafo me kai me
Malik Bremwe
oka tambe ebi a Malik behu ebe kai nti Malik kai senior na me ref men kai
Alek na
ohine nana.
Na mo shebo to use the government sponsorship bill no a. Ana mo fast track ne.
Ohine nana. And that the MPP for him say trumu nye. 8 years no dia no mo ye. Omo ye den. Nded omunim say trumu nye. 8 years mo ye den. Nded munim say trumu nye. 8 years mo ye den. Munim say enyo 8 years mo ye den. Ye parliament pass we ye present here then also on sign mom from brand or one parliament lawlessness present or ye lawlessness and everybody knows it was a lawlessness because law na say omo pass we no omo from brand who grievances be then you write within 7 days you return it back. That is the statement of the law.
Alike,
and to me excuse I'll get there. And yeah, excuse them be said that ben mo chin ka say trumu do so that ben 8 years and trumu ni ho and then we ho onim ye private member bill any government sponsored bill private member bills no eya eche and to me you see ben time no ma ye no on my time somewhere 2023 or the two man check it and na ye pass away 2024 eche and nti and Mr. President ka say sadia obey the government sponsored bill because private member bill no attach it. But this private member bill is moving faster than expected. Very fast.
A year and 4 months.
It's not a year and 4 months. When did we submit it? February 17th. Anniversary though. February 17th. What are we talking?
Yeah.
February 17th, 2026.
No. Movies. I say, why did the president keep so long?
When the president came, number one, you have to appoint your minister, isn't it? So no, you see, it's not the most. The most is Uber power. You appoint ministers.
Right.
They go through vetting. They stabilize the country. Hereby, energy minister has a job to do. What are some of the jobs to do? Now your lighting system there was doomed so. Now you were 2 days only reserve of fuel. It was said or stabilize it also, right? You were attorney general. A lot of things it was said oh yeah. Or the to bills that are important. It was said you pass it. You see, when we are counting scale from 10 down, there are other ones that one a bit destroy first. You tackle them gradually and come to. Until the word it's not the most, which I agree with him. So we tackle. But it has got to end. And the whole last year, we have a stable country, Anti-LGBTQ. This year, and that was the January. And to Ustadia, there even later part of last year. Ustadia, now the issue is that whether we should continue with the old bill or whether there should be a new bill. And now called by Supreme Court ruling say at least 8 parliament be become no new one or just a new bill. You get it. Until we was say there a year for. Okay, I cross a kayam from my presence. I am transmitting my presence. No, say na say debi. Until back and forth no on February we are 17th or in 17th we and the first reading. Now as our 20th March. Now a constitutional and legal committee. I'm a deadline to more input. I a civil society. I a religious bodies, which Christian Council is aware and took part. Muslim Council, whoever, UN. I'm a deadline less than 1 month to say who a memorandum be that's the deadline. Is now Okacham say we need speed. Even government sponsored bill doesn't move this fast. Even government sponsored bill doesn't move this fast. Unless a court certificate of a agency, it doesn't move this fast. And the president who say it's moving this fast. So if I want the thing to move fast, NASA is moving this faster. And I will not go in for what's the name? A government sponsored bill because the idea is to move fast. And the thing is moving faster than I expected. You see, métier MPP fou, they attack the pastor Lawrence Tete DPR. You see, there's a difference between them. Lawrence Tete he will move to the president. I agree with him because Parliament are passing. And remember, STAT 2018, not even 17 mobile power, 2018, we gave you briefing space. SAR to 2020, man passing. Who they check here? Young person a movie to the 8th parliament, 7th parliament started ye get under Muhammad pass, and you move it to the 2nd parliament. And no Yatumbi ne wo. And the second you train jo. That's the 8th parliament, you know. And you be pass. You be pass the president so who the letter Abba say, my transmitting mau. And the pastor they no beka. My transmitting mau we and you say abo. Ya pass hey man from Bremen, mami san, hey man from Bremen fako. Man from Bremen. Look at that. And no people like Lawrence Tete and all well-meaning Ghanaians, Mr. President, you are wrong. The law says, say, yen from Breu, who grievances be announced, who challenge be a law no amma ehun edru within 7 days no sanchuro na sanfa koma parliament as way intino mintimi faminsa and toso sanfa ko but we say man from Breu and Lawrence Tete will complain. Not only Lawrence Tete, Malik Adama will complain. But today, so Lawrence Tete nim say, I call readings within a month. Nasa ya briefing no say constitutional and legal committee. Ayo mwe jumeni ya invite ama ebi ono po ya inviting ama wa ya jeni input because ya inviting most of the your friends and Christian Council who matters everybody. Nasa ye raise adding yama date 20th. Ama yama date too. Parliament they don't normally give date. Yama date deadline 20th March. Nasa ya bet nasi. Say ya back to officer. Ya share. The omudi yama yeno. Ya yehu jumedi atoha. Usi hey. What else? Government sponsored bill even doesn't move like this if it's not under certificate of agency. So the issue is that it's moving faster. So with a due respect, let's stop attacking those people. Oh, that then is different from today. Since when the MPP who say turmu saying call for saying, since when do you know that? It's shocking. Since when do you know that? Tama, when you said you see Kwabenya and yet a bind echo two or more. You see, owner no Kumasi. And owner no tea and of a car, a bar Kwabenya. A better reportee, a Kwabenya police station. Even it is not the press, the government, or instruct and no po. So the then is quite from now. Now we are showing good faith. And I can promise Ben, say at that president table so, at that president table so keep I didn't so.
Over gymnastics now because of enkoda president table suntino. Omo person omo disasueti president free LGBTQ plus be no. Because the person omo chen say president ne de ebeto nanimu a en obesan. Nti say president ne nsa wachire na so omiemia parliament for no say mo omo mfa ma nanim. E ma ne nsan a na chese yi president na frimu oboa oye den oka hu bi senior
the speed that we
say be no na do danko Kufuado time no say NDC for say ye pass ye bibia wie
yes
meboa
yes
and we
bibia say na do danko Kufuado sign one day one sign
and also man fam
me pa cho yes o de kan e opeso oka o woni o mo say mo mfa mere no enti one sign enti me ne wo ka say on record oko parliament LGBTQ plus ni ni awie mu adwuma da wo
that's correct
ana ban foforo aba ofa kwame amo sini mi si jiwdi wo wiase na ebi ni ho enti ka sa bill no does it have to take president 16 good months and sana sa bill no yetimi abase does it have to take President John Dramani Mahama 16 good months and sana parliament our majority wa parliament 188 our parliament and sana wo de yetimi abase sa bill na ya wie no they are only reintroducing the bill our parliament and take it just 1 month sa bill no ke be pass you see on wo ministers no enya dia omo wo pepa ne say omo peso omo pass because donor fund bia eba wo mamu ha LGBTQ plus for no omo de maye no omo nim so omo nya sign say kimrama biem Iti president na na adwen say obekwa no asan na odi eja yewua Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ebedru onom na donor fans ni nyina waje chopable no ma chopo na che say afi no okwa akosan on the opa on sign no 31st January 2029 or sign sa time no kra Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia ba wo de be yaduba. Iti president no woni wo pepa ne say LGBTQ+ na obe sign ebi ni ho woni bi wo bia kanana kwame amo kamene wo kasai ka president ka wa sign da because of million say private membership bill na move fast. So if he knew say the private membership bill will move fast, why did he then promise clergy say because of a move fast intino me babe put up government sponsorship bill say near be contempt. Meanwhile the president knew say bill be on my ya pass dada, so do process na ye dey and making sure say bill ni ya pass na yen sam famu biem because no one say ye dey bill no kwa to wonom na atimi atena se 21 days no so a ni ya move e dey akọ appropriation na ba parliament eba house one ma and take 21 days ni ya pass nti sa be no Kenya dey take more than 2 months abra be no ke pass ye a president and sign ye omunim ni nyina me say enya dey a president no obe sign ne assign ne china because ni believe now was say on so LGBTQ+ and president oboa me ne nya adwen oboa waseda ko share clergy na chi se ne be ya obenya more vote and okoka kire omo say me gay no me ne mo na obi ono na damfo ne Andrew Solomon ye gay master e dey no obeka say on so gay so wadamfo pa uchocho mucho a woni ne kansu masem ye gay activist a wadamfo chocho mucho e dey na so wo gay no so president na ye na da and wo dey da Ghana for say LGBTQ+ no so wo boa oba abamu no Ghana for nyira hu say sa asem na o kan opposition say LGBTQ+ won so no say na ye na da miwa no na ya de a owo pepa ne say obebo omo bai and wo omo bai ti president enya de a obetimi asan hey omo amadate omo say by close of this year ya de a LGBTQ+ de ombesa ompoa wo de market wo enne masia wo ne hwe say nyame ya dum na by close of this year LGBTQ+ no ombesa my another stories say oh president no ekoduru honum no kio no omo anya ne capital letters omo anya no small letters into asade akọ back so omo nko ye niye sa na de akọ 2028 entinya de obesan president no yesre no ba bia waduro no onsa magana fo animu mesre ye ho mo abiem so ohia vote wonye niema e beboa Ghana na Ghana enya ho mfaso na ne ye de enya dia Ghana fo ne ya adwen de biala da onsan be no maye onsan edan opese beto ni table so within 1 month be ni betimi aba beto ni table so ama na sign onya sa gymnastics na o ka kire ye say be ni meto nanim beto nanim obesan na Ghana fo na di be ni baba beto nanim parliament for na the members no do so ho no onko no one country om so om speed up no om fa be ni meto nanim na one sign because etrumu no ha Ghana for
thank you
and that's it. The last one.
Nyame ya adomo a ben ye sensie biemu a na mebisa o say kenoforiata na wo mpese obebei
o da say we dey obisa me ama me ya no ma we very simple meti me ya no ama
because this week ekukuru bai obebonite wa mami o
me bonite o ohene nana
wache
ade oba be de wo mamu a
asi OSP so yin no
no me dey oso wa me dey se meti US now so hia me na me mela na me se me ma abone be ma ye
bone bebre
you see that is the incompetence of this administration ohene na kwame amoda bia ye kan Ghana for ntiase ya amamra paso se sa na ye kan no amamra no e kire se Ghana ni ba ede ne nsa fofo a o man sika so na se wodi wo man ni sika emra ne kire se yemfa ne nkogina mra nim na ye ni se nipa ni krom ha kura na prefer charges against the person and try the person on absentia Sana, you don't know. You don't know. Please. Ghana, your constitution it say you can try someone on absentia. Say nipa ni ya obeti me try no. It is a wuti me pacho said the name Tamakru. What in US ni na some Ghana. Na ye US no what ana kromfo tachu amwa oba wo ye kromfo a owi a wo man 70 million Ghana cedis. Ah nanado Tanko Akufo-Addo. Na sa said the name Tamakru na ye John Dramani Mahama ye president Adam for pa. I will real my 70 million Ghana cedis. What in US and you did nasem and my man fit 10 good years so won't go prison. Adena Kenoforiata say Yesusu say what do mine what boy mine kadia. Why don't you take him to court? Not try the person on absentia. You don't know this basic law. Now Attorney General and any other day. You don't even know say so will be any woman you bet me a try nipa on absentia. Now you see Oforiata o me day. Kenoforiata o man e matchna. Me wo fra me kura ka kire me se ben me nua keto ampese mba Ghana be sia me meka se ma tra ho me ma se wo kaka fu akoso a se Kenoforiata yesika kodi no oba e be ma fu akofem 133 24-hour economy yesi Kenoforiata ni odi ntimi nye 24-hour economy 133 ye ntimi nye asembia president ka ye bia no se Kenoforiata ma Ghana ha enya dia president betimi aye etiken wo de tra ho memma because wo ma enya dia president no ne wo promises so obetimi aye no nya dia obetimi aye etiken Kwame on short this is short say ye wo mira ka mechire mu am mama wahu Ghana fo bebire aye di wo mo asem a no wo mu ni Ghana hanom a wo mu nyira ye ndisi fo mo ya kromfo a de wo mu ko je bebire wo enti no enya dia ya de nwanwa se wo mu fi se yewura Kenoforiata wa ye boni bia yemfa ne court yeni nasem or lawyers abra OSP ka so obehia no na court no enye Kenoforiata lawyers na ne ko sia court o mo ka kire ne se wo yale enye lawyers ne ne ko ye ntidi ebiem Kenoforiata woni ba bia aba ene obia so ntimi nche no so omra government no oni ontimi nya obetimi akwaye dadada enti kan on tran no ba bi no onye na home
Maleki yako
Nana, shortly, me clear BB or LGBT. Sincerely speaking, since MPP, omukasa about LGBTQ, governance, any parliament, 60 months. I say omunim sena parliament works and how government works. I say they don't know how government works and parliament works. 60 months, no. With a due respect, government has a way of working. Until 60 months. First month, it was all establishing the appointees. First, it takes sometimes 2 months, 3 months. This is the fastest. Before Parliament, no, all establish appointees. We are then Eddie be crack to Parliament. It doesn't work. Until the Bomuka 60 months. Now, Bisam will say, this is strange argument, very strange argument.
4 years.
It's very strange. And beside that, the private membership bill, this is the fastest. I repeat, it's faster than Wilson and moving. It's even faster than government-sponsored bill. I said that. Let's go to Kenoforiata. You see, when we say the MPP, they are enemies of progress. People disagree. Kenoforiata has a lot of questions to answer. Before Ben Eka said, Tamakulu Oniha and Yedinas Ayantro. Tamakulu Yedinasem or Ghana. You don't know? Check. Yedinasem or Ghana. And now, let me educate you. You don't know. Calm down. And now, Osiki a permission. Say, took quite on held grounds.
No way.
I know what so we see you're trying to, or you're trying to know Ghana. Is that not what you said? And I mean, how the law works. You're trying to know Ghana. You're trying to know Ghana and our under bill. And no seek permission, say, or call a cosano yare. And the eno and omotuaso, which is accepted. But can Ofarata Krano Oniha Mpone ya starting? Oniha Empoya start. It was a Oba. You people are promoting the bad performance of Ken Ofoata led to debt enu nyema boni a ekoko so ohini bra be ansa National Cathedral Project say una utwetwe aska no there are contradictory e wo sikatwia mu bekyerɛkyerɛ yɛ mu how come umba SML scandal bra be explain kyerɛ yɛ wo se umba ambulance procurement bra because ambulance kekekra eco service no they were paying over 100 million Ghana cedis me ambulance cry yet on ahi bra be explain kyerɛ yɛ how come eye wo se wo pesa wo dane prisoner e wo America essence say wo ba beda sa o mansion we see no because unim boni a waye one kasa wo ye convinced say oba Ghana you will rot in a jail because unim say waye boni into umba and MPP for nya tena ho member because omunim say waye boni say into member oba boni a waye no obi anim say ebecho into member tena ho MPP member we just member tena oba ubeko because boni a waye no eso tena ho which kind of guy mama nkyerɛ nana se tepe hwɛ ɔkɔ iyoko ɔkɔ CID ɔkɔ BN9 ɔkɔ everywhere at the end of the day ye clear no on the nam ho then ye hu atu forcing later party then ye hu to the extent say ye manipulate on tape kra no ye ti odame cast the trigel cry, they've sought her out. They did all manner of things, but because there was no evidence, they did everything possible. It never worked. So, who serve you ukrumwa? And I say, your mouth appointment, be ready. Say, office, you account for your stewardship. Who misbehave and cause financial loss to the state, and cause a loss to the state, and Johnny. Enkoshe baby I enka se me bad because my body way enti me ba me crow na me wono on be question me na minim se my enti me ko prison to me bad na maka ho. That is demonic character.
Thank you
senior we there
dedication
me gallant youth organizers mienu a ya me ayadom a odin fie ba ko aka wo mfie ho eye me amenua osei anson office electoral area ene eye na woda nyame de mfie baako aka ne mfie nti osei anopa wotemenka migina OKFM radio so ewe show happy birthday yankopon nsha na onto nkwanam ne etosu biem eye me ankasa me body eye Kingsley oba Trobo ono nso edi ne dwuma ewo Asofan electoral area king ene your birthday yankopon de mfie baako aka mfie ho wa commander Benasare ni mewe show happy birthday yankopon onhia na onto nkwanam onye wa koma so de nyina emfama ho na monimu ani baabi ambe party ni bia no mo mama so ntena me nso memra na memeboa mo ni ne kama tinya me nhira mo pa senior medase minua no kan bibi about try on absentia no say ope constitution oko article 19 clause 3 me pacho ubia ko eho neka absentia trial anytime was it the article in 19 it doesn't talk about the absentia trial
what I said
try nipa no
said the name was absentia by his force
and I say Kenoforiata can be tried on absentia. And I see a name. So and I'm showing you what the constitution says about. Not that I'm MPP ni ba kokora to muda. Modi nipa kokko to akaba kokora move for being to muda
because ye manipulate.
What? The court of competent
let me show you why.
At the NDC yes. 12 and I could just so mo
because we don't manipulate.
So are you saying that the manipulate court no?
We saw the audio.
I never.
We saw the audio so Damika say even
and he said the name you manipulate.
We saw the audio.
Kwame Pepra you didn't come to you manipulate.
You know what happened?
Can Abu Dhabi you didn't come to you.
We know what happened.
You didn't to you manipulate.
Yes,
you see, and you pardon what you
you are manipulating.
Hey, o man pani ku for pardon no.
Stop lying.
Masa Jai.
Stop lying.
Show me. He was pardoned.
He wasn't pardoned.
Hey, I don't also pardon you trouser.
Who can't throw?
Hold on.
Read it for me.
Open it. Hold on. President John Ajekum Kufuor pardon Jatu Chikata on health grounds.
He never accepted.
Keep quiet. I don't want to. Sorry. But hold on. I don't mind. Hold on.
He never talking.
Me say, oh yeah, now they say pardon one into muno. I don't want to fiase ho. Now one start no. Oh yeah, I don't hospital. Oh, hold on. You don't know.
Oh, you better we not say that.
Never man can say. Me person obie ho chem. President Ford never pardon Chachu. You use dubious way to put Chachu there, and then the appeal vindicated.
Vindicating why?
Should I read the appeal?
If you say one year is convict. When you are dead, Chachu is convict.
When you are fire is full of blood.
Sure. You can't move
Manembra. Musro.
It's apart from Kenoforata, Mutimiphobia and
Musro.
The Manembra and Tum.
Case
no.
Oh, position now. Why?
I move me na men control.
What are you talking? You see, progress of enemies of progress.
Thank you.
Nana, mark today's date. Ken will come to Ghana. By Malik Adama. Ken will come to Ghana. What do you mean we are what do you mean we are prison? Also, na nyame twa ni paka. Enkwashe prison.
I this for only be kura for you as some koda ni fie.
Mark today's date. Nana, me say mark today's date.
Madam Ase.
Ube who Ken ewa ha.
Me try this ni mo ko ni fie anu akwa.
It doesn't matter.
Nti we na no
MPP.
Kwa anu akoma na poni nyina oma.
I don't know. On say mo wi ko na wi mo bra na mo mba.
Yada NPP amanyoku asese ende mu release Benjamin Asare ema yen. A member of the communication team. Be yada say no pay sanda na NDC nso yada mase. Somebody Malik Adama ema yen enne. A member of the NDC communication team mo bebo ayema yade dwumedie yi ehhehye so. Maboa ma je say yehu asem no de akwa akosi obi kura na obi kura ntire da kura say you be a friend of government sponsorship bill kura ne be na da roma wate ena nenso so yate Malika me yehu say sa private membership bill no kura no etumi ko faster until February this month this year omde ko parliament no akwa ma say o constitutional and legal committee kura wo mu hwem maboa mankomo no ye de si ya manchiremu na ba enti this week LGBTQ+ no dia wote wonkomo na wantin yi antiase no madawo ma me yesho se nipa na atiase bazan so ma yehu check no foriata pa de aso be ba so ma no next time ye see e be bo honkomo. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, we've done about 10 into 10. And a brebe makwan mayade Ade Akye Abia weekend edition. 11th April, dear Ebesi. Na emra ye kwai on the strength of Samini Nyumi featuring Stone Boy. Obibia wo hweme, obibia wo temene. I'm sending you positive vibes and endless support for whatever lies ahead of you. Hoping you continue to grow closer to achieving all that your heart desires. So to my fans, to my loved ones, my well wishers, I'm sending you positive vibes and endless support for whatever lies ahead of you. Hoping you continue to grow closer to achieving all that your heart desires. That's about it. And then again, this COP Nana Befi Akenten the second. I hope this test left your spirit as you navigate through this weekend season. Radimedase crowd journey yes all the way from Switzerland. May your weekend be filled with joy, with love, and unexpected victories. Feeling alive. Now, yeah, now you kind of say, "Yamiya Dumwa and Levia." Yenyaba Abige Ashley. Also, despite media, dear, Ade Akye Emma, ye tear for near Shefo always. Say Mobewo Amwadenia Pomode to be in good shape in the areas of health, strength, and vitality. Program said the Bayina ye dear Bebwa or the Sanibia one asitinum. Reason why a Saturday we be from 2 area. A health. A pomodin como ayatudin mohoye. So Nyamiya Dumwa. And now we know me. Our very own Abigail Ashley will be on with mohoye. Pacho nimdia we no aya ubenya ewo mohoye dwumadie so no. Say if you abide by them on the hospital bottom kwantapai on the drugstore nro ebetum kwantapai. I'm telling you, because the scripture says lack of knowledge my people perish. Obi nimdie bi nkonyaya enkwanyare ankode ankotedro hospital. Obi apomudimu nimdie bi senkonyaya enkawan koda hospital. So let's make a date. Not Nyameya Adomwa. And now we are no mienu. Yan journey Abigail Ashley. Na yamwa pomudin komo. Nana Kwame said, Mr. Amo, thank you very much for being fair to us, the listeners. Thank you to Nana Kwame. Radimidas said, please, thanks a lot for our very own act prophet or Nana Kwame. God bless you more in Jesus' name. Sami Jesse said from Hamburg, Kenoforiata had done nothing. But this is the way the propaganda slogan political parties like the NDC operate to please their supporters and fool the public. All right, so Ms. Akosua, the CEO of AJ Trends and Beauty Supply. Exactly a week today, and when you're now observing the 1 week passing of your beloved husband. CEO of AJ Trends and Beauty Supply, Miss Akosua. You affectionately calls me Uncle Kwame. Uncle Kwame. Miss. Know that you are not alone as you go through this painful and difficult period. Miss Akosua, Chief Executive Officer of AJ Trends and Beauty Supply, know that you are not alone as you navigate through this painful and difficult period. My heart and my thought still goes out to you to carry you through this period. And may the Universal Father, His love, continue to guide and comfort you. Know that this too shall pass. Looking forward to seeing you healthy and lively soon. Right? So that's it. Sunday evening, 7 to 9 p.m. Yeshia, it was season of restoration. It was okay 101.7 FM. So it takes spiritual control and authority of the week that is ahead of us. yɛsrɛ honam nyinaa nyankopɔn ɛwɔ season of restoration mu sɛ na wɔtwe a yɛsimu no ɔmpa musuo esan atewrenkyɛm yareɛ amaneɛ adwuma ne sikasɛyɛ ɛne petuwo ka akwanhyia ɛmfiri yɛ ne yɛbusua ne adɔfoɔ so na yɛsrɛ ne sɛ ɔntutu yɛnamɔn ɛnkɔ yiyedie ahotɔ asomdwoeɛ akɔhusan adwuma mfasoɔ na ɛnsi yie ɛwɔ yadeɛ nyinaa mu na wɔtwene mu ɛno nti ma yɛnhyia kɔsiada anwummerɛ 7 to 9 p.m. wɔ OKFM kasafidie ya so na yɛntake spiritual control and authority of the week ahead. On this note, the Chief Captain Field Marshal Henena Kwame Amo, on behalf of Isaac Opoku, Isaac Kwame Usi Diomi, producer at large, and the woman of faith Abigail Ashley, we say thank you very much for watching, for listening. We are back. Aha. Yeah, you're trying to naba. One fre. And then yet move in the Adamasama Munity. DJ Mauli, the governor. I call it the government. I'm the government, a governor. Takes over your radio, and I takes over the radio. Fletch Beba, I call pepper you. As you are going program, you know. But I'm not a gun is here. Oh, okay. Yeah, my wedding, no. Anyway, yet Mubesi promote to a Bacco Facas a bonnet free peace. And which a bomb you more don't hear me, not know me, Nuba. I beg Ashley, Ade, Mohoye, Ebebre. Thank you very much. Weekend edition of Ade Akye Abia comes your way a week today. God bless.
Make the people heart beat that tingling like a bell ring. DJ